Twitch, what's good? What's
Yo,
good,
yo,
internet?
yo, 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 yo. What's up? What it
Wel-
do?
Welcome to Neon Night City Lights, the actual play Cyberpunk Red tabletop stream. I think I got that correct. Hey,
Pretty much.
for our channel, and the only show on our channel that I feel like I constantly say the name wrong. It's supposed to be Neon Night City Lights, and I keep on saying Neon Lights in Night City, and
Listen,
that's
baby.
wrong.
It's whatever
I've
you want it to
accepted.
be, alright?
Now it's Neon Night City Lights. We got a logo and fucking everything. That's how it is.
It
My name's
started
Tate
out
Washburn.
as Neon Lights in Night City, and then it changed halfway through.
You know what? It started off as something that, but it became something better. So you know what? Let's just worry about that.
Yeah, we were just talking about that the other day, is that, we started these campaigns with one idea, and oftentimes it ended up with another one, but that's okay, because it's
And
so
then the
good.
players mess things up for everybody.
No, you made it more
You're
interesting.
welcome, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyways, my name is Tate Washburn. I am the game maestro, so that means that I'm in charge of everyone who's not these three, and all of the extra lore and physics and stuff. And then next we have my players. Take it away.
You know who it is. It's Young Foxy, also known as Big Foxy, aka your current and only favorite Fox. Today I'll be playing Fox, the Fixer, getting his Mac on, moving up the political ladder, ready to make shit happen. You know, I'm living life on the edge, and I'm feeling better for it. Keep it moving, you know.
Oh, hey. Okay, cool. Sound is still working. Meh. Meh. Alright. I'm Michelle. I'm playing Lynx, or Netrunner. She's been sitting away hacking at her programs, basically, for, wow, a lot. So, looking forward to, maybe not looking forward to, but, we'll see how things goes. It's, not great for Lynx's stress levels. Let's leave it at the current.
Listen, if you are stressed, I got something that can help you out with that really easily.
Question mark. More
Well,
tea?
Yeah, definitely tea. That's the thing that we're talking about.
It's
because-
plant-based.
Definitely not any other leaf-based products.
It's definitely
You can make tea out of it.
Sir
Does
Heck
it
in the
work?
chat. Oh God.
We'll talk about it later. Anyways, next person.
Oh, that's me. I'm a person.
Yep.
Hi. I'm in the Dan. I don't have a planned intro. But I play Doc.
Bold of you to
med
assume
tech.
that mine was planned.
Yeah. What are we? Some kind of professional organization? I
Never.
play Doc, the medtech, who is probably not that stressed. Well, I mean, I'm always stressed, but he's less stressed than normal because last session he finally successfully negotiated the voiding of the massive debt that his parents have been under for most of his life.
We love beating capitalism around here.
Yes. Even if
Well.
it's through shady backroom deals.
Hey man, when the system doesn't provide a way to beat it, then you have to beat the system. However you can. Speaking of
Exactly.
which, last time y'all did more research, did more discovery, found that one, where this sort of facility was that Elon Musk was making robots at, and that this facility was kind of on either side of a river. So it's kind of two different locations. You also surmised that the mayor is probably going to do the same thing you guys wanted to do, which is take a major corporation and then use them to take the blame for it for power. Although you're not exactly sure his precise plan with that. That's just an insight you've had. Is that's what you would do if you were in his position. And then lastly, several of you went to talk to Red, the owner of the Wonderland Club, who has a history of being very very financially, politically, and criminally powerful, while kind of staying in the background. And Fox went and had a meeting with her, and then proposed.
Listen, man. She's financially, politically, and criminally powerful. I'm financially, criminally, and politically powerful. You know, it just made the most sense. I feel
We're
like
gonna
personally.
have
They're so
Word.
alike.
Yell at me later. We'll get
So,
to it.
but sort of coming back in on that scene, Red effectively said, "I might just take you up on that offer," but actually, you're sort of ushered out of the office a few minutes later as she says, "But I need some time to consider it."
Okay.
looks to Fox. It's like, perhaps a dinner?
Your pick. Nicest place in Night City. Whatever you want.
She smiles, and a address is set to your agent that you didn't know there was a restaurant there. It is like this high-rise building. It's one of these superstructures that people live in that, you know, Auntie Noelle is trying to build. And it's one of the original ones, and it's like way up to the north. It's in the Watson development, which is like kind of an earlier, nicer, reclaimed space of the city. It's like, meet me there on the top floor. There's not an elevator button. You need to tell them you're heading to the top floor.
Sounds fun. I'll be there.
I'll see you. And then, yeah, you're sort of ushered out of the office. And that's sort of, I guess, how that scene goes. And now, I mean, we as players talked about what your plans are next, but for the stream, you guys know that technically some kind of attack could happen at any time. You just don't think it's happening yet. And you do need to prepare. It's my understanding that you guys, your plan is to raid this robot facility effectively.
We gonna do some shit to it.
Gather what information you can. You also know it's probably a pretty hard target to look at. So we're actually going to take a sort of 3-week time, not skip, but we're going to do this over like the course of 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And so one thing that I haven't discussed with you beforehand, but I just want to know, what are you guys going to be doing to sort of prepare for that, other than shopping, which we did talk about? What other information do you want to gather? Things do you want to prepare?
Well, I think the first thing Fox wants to do is just to kind of make sure all of his affairs are in order, because I'm not going to be directly in the raid, but I want to offer whatever assistance I can, whether it's financial or otherwise. So the biggest thing that he wants to do is, one, just kind of like hand Mariah over kind of like the keys to the campaign office for a bit, just like, hey, listen, you're on watch for a bit, take care of things. I'll also handle all my public appearances, stuff like that, but as far as anything behind the scenes, for right now at least, it's all on you. I trust you, you know?
She nods and, all right, I assume this is important.
Yeah, just got some ends to tie up, couple shit to blow up, you know, me shit.
And then he does go over a list of like all these appearances. I think there's one that it's like, if we don't have time for you to record another commercial, just plan your speech at this such and such place to be an important one. And actually, even 3 weeks out, she's like, oh, and in 3 weeks, the first of the pillars actually in Night City, the one that's actually closest to your old place of your old apartment, Andy Noel's place, that's going to be finished and connected to it, and there's going to be a groundbreaking ceremony that Snakeminder is definitely going to be at. So, if anything about that is going on, and I know you haven't shared with me all those details, but it'll probably be then.
Nice to know. I'll keep eyes on it. Thanks.
So yeah, what are these loose ends that you wanted to do, real quick?
Well, mostly he just wants to primarily like check in with everyone, you know, circle back in with Doc and Lynx and everybody else, kind of just like, all right, let's figure out with the time we have left what the hell we're doing, how we're doing it, and so we know where everybody is. So I actually wouldn't mind playing that out, because I'm sure specifically Lynx and probably Doc will have some yelling at me. So yeah, I think Fox is probably going to make me want to do this in person, because over the phone is not going to be safe enough or secure enough. So he just kind of hit the group chat up, just like, yo, rally up in Neon Lights. Something to talk about.
Yeah, Doc, you especially have some work to do at the time you're going to talk, so it's like, I assume just meet me in my office, because you're going to be like in between surgeries, effectively.
Right.
Hey, you guys are in Doc's garage office. I'm not exactly sure the words for cyberware medtech, but yeah, the scene is yours.
Chop shop.
Yo, kids, how you
It
been?
doesn't really break people down. It's not a chop shop, really. This is the day after Red, by the way.
Yeah, Fox just walks in real calmly. He's not like, he's dressed nicely enough, but not like in like his full on like dinner outfit yet. He's kind of like in like the outfit between that, you know. Still looks good though. It gotta be seen in public. So, kind of just walks in, pulls out sort of like a pack of cigars, Opens the scratcher, cracks one open. Just, I haven't even rolled one up today. I gotta work on that. Jeez. Hey, kids. How we been? We all right?
Never better.
Oh, I love the sound of that. In fact, there's some cheer in your voice today, Doc. Did you get laid?
Hardy har, Volvo.
Listen, if this happened, I'm proud of you, man. Let me know.
Something a bit more significant than that. Though, I understand that's a hard concept for you to grasp.
Oh, now I'm super curious. Go on, spill.
I'll tell you once you win your election. How about that?
Oh, you dirty little tease. Fine, we'll play that way. Ma, how you?
So Lynx has been sitting, I guess, with her cyber deck and just rapidly basically typing and like modifying programs and is basically kind of ignoring Fox right now.
Oh yeah, over those 3 weeks, just from like for stream, the stuff we planned that she's spending this time on the side. No matter what's going on for the rest of these scenes, you are kind of low-key programming the whole time. But like, you can do that and pay attention, so this is a little bit, I'm assuming, ignoring Fox on purpose.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm getting ignored. So, he's gonna, like, literally, like, he'll still, like, you know, working on his cigar or whatever, get up from where he's seated, walk very dramatically over and lean over. Hi, Ma. How are you?
I don't know, Fox. How are you?
Look over at Doc, just... Was that attitude? From this one? The hell got in your coffee this morning?
You know. Where's my granddaughter?
Ah, shit. Somewhere safe?
Uh-huh. Any more details?
Can I say no?
No, you can't. Better have a location for me, because I am not wasting another 8 years not with no presents for my granddaughter!
Okay. Fuck. Alright, let's make this real simple. There's a lot of heat coming our way. Like, more than we've dealt with before. You know that, right?
And all I'm hearing is excuses, excuses, excuses!
It's not an excuse!
Uh-huh! And the amount of trouble that you've gotten into before, with the over the past couple years, does not equal this?
No, it doesn't. That's my point. If you'd listen for just once, listen to me. I get it. I'm your kid, and I'm an idiot, and everything that I do is something you have to watch over and make sure that I don't get something fuck up. But for once, just once, listen. Please.
What?
Politics is a game of daggers behind backs. It's sneaking and lying and murdering the most important people to whoever you can to get whatever you need.
You think I haven't done that before?
I know you have, but they haven't. And I can't put them into this. I won't.
You know they're gonna be put into this anyways, right? You do remember the media pieces?
I understand that. I know I've made some dumbass choices already, but I'm trying to make amends for what I can. I need to play this safe.
Okay, look. It's very simple. If you don't want any contact with your daughter, that's fine. But I want contact with my granddaughter.
That's fucking uncalled for and you know it.
And I do know it, but I think you're making a mistake.
Fuck. I don't expect you to get it. In fact, I don't even know why I'm putting the effort into explaining it, because I'm just going to get you yelling at me for another 3 hours until you tell me I'm stupid and then get me to fix it or stop doing it or something like that. But the point is, I can't take... I can risk my life as much as I need to. Hell, I'll risk your life if I gotta. You know that.
And you know I've let you risk your life.
But I won't risk hers.
Look! Compromise. After all this shit's over, you become mayor. You let me know where she is. I'll keep in contact. You know I can cover my tracks.
Fair deal. Whatever you want. He'll turn and walk away at that point. He'll just go sit back down.
Anything that you two wanted to bring up?
The reason I asked how you were doing was so I know what the fuck our plan was. So if we can get to that, if you're done grilling me.
Fine by me. Well, Doc, what do we have?
Wait, what?
All right, Lynx is just gonna be is like, I'm a little scrambled right now. Just okay, fine. I'll put down what facts I have, and we can talk about this. Whatever. I don't know what I'm not quite sure exactly what you've got going on. I don't know quite what Kit has going on, but this is what we've got. We know the location of the industrial complex that the AI Muskai, whatever fucking name is, has been holing up in. It's on across the river, 2 locations, which is such a pain. We also know that Stinkmeaner has apparently been a part of the whole giant fucking conspiracy to control corporations. The problem being that we need hard evidence to tie him the fuck down. Now, I've already planned to have a chat with Dion on releasing what information that we can in case things go south. At the very least, we'll take Stinkminer down with us if anything goes wrong, but it seems he's probably planning to do the same thing that we planned with the Metro Pass.
There's an easier way to get dirt on him if you really need it.
Oh?
He's got a family.
Well, I'm not sure how much his family would know. Also, I'm not sure if he's the kind of... He's dumb, but he's not... I'm not sure if he's the kind of guy who would leave his information readily available at his house.
I didn't say that.
Oh?
We hire some people, we get his family held up for a bit. He'll crack. He'll give us something.
Do you want to stoop to his level? Well, if it works. But there's probably an easier way to go about things.
Holy shit, you don't fucking get it, do you?
I don't! You're gonna have to spell it out for me.
There is no his level, my level anymore. There's only his level. It's the only level we play at any fucking more.
Change the stakes then.
I can't do that yet. I don't have it yet.
Well, if we can get the hard evidence, then we take down his whole fucking empire. I don't know about you, but I think if we can just figure out some kind of hard trail, some disreputable piece of evidence, so something that he can't claim some netrunner, which would obviously be me, planted. If we can just get that.
Well, I've got people looking around, digging up whatever we can on him. Whatever they find, I'll tap you in on, but it sounds like that's more your specialty than mine, so... Not sure how much help I can be there. But, if it doesn't work out and you decide to go with my plan, just saying, it doesn't have to be messy.
Plan B.
Good to have plan Bs.
And plan C's. All the way down to plan Z's.
Alright, let's deal with the other elephant in the room if we can deal with that yet. Ma, you already know. I talked to Red.
What'd she say?
You were there.
Yes, but I'm asking if she responded to your...
Oh,
Lynx is
sorry.
not looking very happy about it.
I have to have dinner with her later, and we'll figure it out. Assuming I'll get my answer then. For the uninformed, I asked her to marry me. It's more political than anything else. Not like I love the woman. I mean, fuck, she's gorgeous. You seen her? But wasn't about that. Power move. That's all.
Awfully old-fashioned.
Something like that. Look, if y'all have thoughts on it, just air them out at me. Apparently, we're already being really public about how we feel about each other right now, so let's just go ahead and keep that energy going, right? Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying this, Kit. I'm not happy about it. But if this is what you really want, I'll support it.
Your support's appreciated. And necessary. So thank you. As to your unhappiness, well, I won't say I don't care, because I care about you, obviously. But don't think I'm necessarily jumping for joy about this either. This isn't about...
Oh, I figured.
This isn't about what I want anymore. Again, there's only one level we can play at. So I'm playing at that level. If you all don't want to get your hands dirty, I get that. But know that what I do because I have to.
You know me, I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I'd rather you were happy about this. Or at least happy with your choices.
When I'm mayor of South Night City, I can worry about being happy. Till then, we got work to do. You know, fuck, now that I think about it, probably the biggest mistake I've made in my admittedly short life has been making my happiness and what I have to do, making those things twin priorities. It's stupid of me. Sometimes you gotta put one over the other. That's all I'm doing right now, Ma. Just putting my ducks in a row. Whatever, off that. More importantly, you're hitting this robot factory in a couple weeks, right?
Well,
To be clear, you can kind of hit it whenever you want, just...
Oh no, Fox is saying specifically a couple weeks to make sure that the plan wasn't right now.
well, I'm hoping that we can find some hard evidence in that factory, but I have no clue about any of the security there, and that AI was really, well, it was damn good.
Yeah,
It's gonna need some prep time.
take all the time you need. I don't think we should hit it now anyway. It's best if we wait for a while. Get everything prepped up, get our, affairs in order, and get whatever help we can. Listen, I can get people on the ground, and Doc, if you're going to be a part of that raid, then I don't mind having you there, and I'll make sure you guys have the body power to get whatever you need done. I, got in touch with my old fam. The Maori folk down by the docks. They're good people. And tough-ass fighters. They'll be there with us when we hit. I want no better people around us during a firefight. So, Doc, if you can keep those people alive, they'll get you wherever they need to be. But I don't really have any good help on your end, Ma. Not yet. I'm gonna put some feelers out. I think I've heard about a guy who might be helpful on your endeavors. I get it, you work by yourself and everything, but a little backup wouldn't be bad, right?
Well, bro will be there.
I get that, but I kind of want you two to come back from this. So, if it means that I gotta get you guys some more help, then I'll pay whatever I gotta pay. You've been watching my back my whole life, Ma. Let me watch yours for once, please.
Okay. But you gotta introduce me to your well, biological family then.
Be warned, they drink a lot.
To be fair, I also drink a lot. When I do.
I know. That's why I'm saying it. You remember freshman year, yes?
I do.
Good times, good times. Alright, field shit aside. If we're gonna raid a factory, we got allies, we got resources, we've got information, even though we can get more. The one thing we're definitely gonna need, though, is new gear. You know what that means, right, kids?
Don't say it.
We're
No.
going shopping!
Oh. No, why? Whatever, okay, we have to go.
All right. So yeah, you guys kind of at least immediately go and order a bunch of stuff, and a lot of it takes time to get there. But for chat, you wanna tell chat what it is you got?
All right.
Links, you could also talk about what you have made over the course of this week.
So I'll tell most of what Fox bought, because a lot of it's pretty just simple shit, and I'll tell the one big thing he got later, because that's a bigger thing to talk about. Okay, cool. So, my fault. I totally missed the tell the transition there. My fault. So, to clarify,
Sure.
I'm pulling up my list. So yeah, for Fox, I need to get a couple things for my upgrades for my gear personally. I want my pistol upgraded to excellent quality because it's nice, but I need it better. And while I'm making it better, let's go ahead and put a smart gun link on it. I like that. I'm gonna buy me a homing tracer just because I needed that in my just in case I need to keep my eye on somebody. While we're upgrading things, I'm gonna go ahead and get some interface plugs built into my wrists because new smart gun, who this, right? I also would like to get an audio recorder built into my cyber audio suite. And while we're keeping things cool, how about a hidden holster in my thigh if we're upgrading cyberware, huh?
Okay. Make sure you do take that minimum humanity when installed.
On it. Yep. I'll take care of it. And I think I might need to see Doc for some minor therapy afterwards. But we can play that out as a scene later. Actually,
Right.
I actually do want to have a one-on-one.
Good thing I just left my med tech skill.
Nice. I actually do want to have a one-on-one with you at some point. Anyway, so we can play that out during that scene. So that's awesome. Hi, Ollie. Yeah.
Hi.
So there's that.
Hello.
That's all I want, minus the other big thing. So y'all two can go ahead.
Yeah, we'll get to the scene of you getting stuff installed in a second. What did you get, Links? And actually, part of that is I believe you're making a last-second change real quick. But explain what thing.
Okay. So, Lynx has, well, Lynx doesn't really need to buy too much. What Lynx did buy is, she wants some, what's the word for it? Micro saw edge upgrades. She's not sure if, she's not sure if she's gonna need to be physically there in the industrial complex, so if she does, it'll be nice to have a, let's say an extra edge to her wolvers and her sword.
Yeah, so chat knows this is a custom upgrade I've made to turn any melee weapon into one of the really nice expensive ones. They do cost quite a bit of money, but they're pretty nice. Let you ignore armor when you're trying to hit somebody. It's real good.
Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna come get some of those too, since you're getting your wolves upgraded. I think I'm gonna get my scratches upgraded too. My nails are already sharp, but if I gotta get down and dirty, might as well get a little, well, cleaner with it.
Now, Lynx...
For you,
Oh, sorry.
I mean, that means that Lynx, you are also going to have at least a short session with Doc that we can play that out as a scene if there's something you want to say to him. But otherwise, Doc, it's pretty easy for you to add this upgrade to like Wolvers or Scratchers because like you can literally just pop them out, change the blade, replace it, done.
Sweet.
Okay. Do you want me to roll for that, or is that just something we
No,
assume
that's-
that I can do?
This is something we assume you can do.
All right.
Also, Lynx, you got some other stuff, right?
Yeah. So besides upgrading various different programs, and that we can talk about later. Lynx bought a bunch of materials for creating what essentially is like 3 or 4 new programs. And I guess do you want me to explain on stream what they are?
Yeah, although to be clear, just because it is kind of confusing, why does it cost money to do this? The money you spend is really to effectively make a sort of pseudo scenario where you test the program out. You have to build like the kind of environments that it might be done in, and mostly that's just a lot of I got to build a computer and I got to build a deck, and if this thing does damage, it's going to break this cheap deck that I've made to test it on. So that's why it costs money to upgrade or build new programs. Is there's actually like hardware getting broken when you test them out.
Right. So you're right. So Lynx has built a couple of different programs. So one of them is a follow me program. It's a very interesting sort of I guess program that essentially will put a target on someone. So Lynx can sort of designate a person, or a demon or a program, and essentially fuzz out everyone else. Yeah,
if you allowed some flavor, I think that you were inspired a bit by like how Cheshire tends to do hacking things. And you're like, look, he's a pompous, over-the-top ass sometimes, but also like that's not.
He's very good at this. Yeah.
Sometimes it's good for them to hit something else.
Yep, just a little bit. Another program that Lynx developed is actually a result of having a nice chat with Manny about using his little fly drones. It's a dual core attack, so it's essentially, I guess, like a passive effect where Lynx is essentially using the fly drones as duplication, like to basically essentially duplicate her attack programs. So if she successfully hits with an attack program, she's essentially hitting it twice.
Yeah, kind of sending the attack through a longer, like in a very layman's term, through like a longer tube, splitting it so that one hits and then the other hits again because it's kind of been split like a stream of water or something like that.
This sounds like it's gonna cost me a lot of money.
It's okay, we've already calculated that.
I know. I'm just saying that in character because that's how you'd feel about this.
You could let us pay for our own stuff.
No, but then I couldn't brag at you all about how much money I have.
It's like, well, I mean, it's not terribly expensive. The most expensive one is one that I think Lynx will have to chat with, or Lynx is going to probably chat with Oryx about. But she's essentially developed a rudimentary program that she can tweak, called the Fork Bomb, which, well, if anyone is
for chat, I had to have a crash course in operating systems and real ass programming from the lovely Michelle, who actually knows how that shit works, to be able to say how to do mechanics of this. But it's a fun idea.
Smart.
I mean, it's like real life operating systems. Probably it wouldn't work on those anymore because they have been optimized. But yeah, it's basically one of those to essentially.
Something that you've effectively made workarounds so that a future system, even though it has those preventative measures, that you've made something that gets around them. Because I'm not going to start. I can barely understand modern computing. It's basically black magic as far as I'm concerned, let alone future computing.
It's black box, actually.
Yeah. Land knows what he's talking about. But yeah, essentially it would like basically
didn't realize.
just basically like it would essentially propagate like a bajillion programs to essentially take up processing power from.
If y'all seen the Digimon movie, the thing they do at the midpoint to beat the guy.
Okay, wait, no. So the moment you said that actually made sense to me because I've seen Digimon the movie like 100 times, and I just completely understood that. Why didn't you just say that? What the fuck? Why did you not just say that?
You would be the best programmer in the world if you could explain it to him in Digimon.
Literally, if Comp Sci was taught through Digimon, I'd be a fucking genius. I'd be Elon Musk, god damn it. Except actually smart.
Okay, Kit. One problem. I've never actually seen Digimon the movie.
Don't worry, we'll fix that.
Oh wow, that is a problem.
in character, if you had this conversation with Fox while shopping, I think just like the random store clerk would be like, "Oh yeah, like that one bit from the Digimon movie."
See,
Just a
he
random
gets
dude.
it. No, if you turn and said to Fox that you haven't seen it, he would look at you and, given that we just had a bit of an argument, he would offer you a very, very like solemn smile and just say like, "We'll fix that soon,
Pretty
huh?"
much. The first half is good. The second half, no.
Hey, no, fuck you. Second half's still good, actually. Digimon 02, Digimon Adventure 02 was not a bad season, and I'll die on that fucking hill, alright? I will. I damn will.
It's the clerk. He's like, no, the second half of the movie. It's like an episode that they didn't really finish.
Okay, no, it's actually not. It's not that bad. The back half with fucking with Kokomon, that part that ends with like Magnamon and shit. I fucking love that part. Are you kidding me?
There's just this long conversation between Fox and some random ass store clerk. Be like, yo, okay, fine, man.
Listen,
I can't get fired from the job, so I'll agree with you.
Listen, I'll literally die on the hill that Digimon movie is a great movie. All right, it's a really good fucking movie, and you all should see it if you haven't.
It is a good movie. I do like it. Anyways, yeah, and Michelle has sent me an idea for another program that I'm gonna say she can roll for right now as to whether she can do it or not.
Ooh.
All right.
We are basically borrowing invention mechanics from a different role to allow her to do this because I just think that programmers should be allowed to do this shit.
Homebrew.
So, yeah. Where at least from what I'm understanding, you did see a sort of kill program for the robots, effectively a signal that is sent to the black box that will like get it to overheat to the point that it melts into a solid slag. Now you can, and this is sort of after shopping, you sort of think about this, and you do have one of these robots, and you and Spider have been sort of looking at it, like Manny is trying to figure it out. But you can roll me this invent a program check to effectively be like, can I imitate the command that this is to just start slagging fucking robots?
Yep. Because Link's already had an idea to use this for, well, their original plan against the mayor.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
like, this signal already exists. Like that one, it's not going to require
Mhm.
the complex amount of like, using the robot as like a sort of like a frame system. This one's just send it over. I'm gonna blow a luck and re-roll that because that was bad.
Uh-oh. Bad rolls already.
Right.
Gonna roll that again. Plus an 8. That is a 21, right?
21?
Hey, 21. Okay, so like I had to keep opening this book yesterday to remember the costs, but I believe that makes it to.
Homebrew.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
Yeah, that
Technically it's
makes it
22,
expensive.
but like I don't think that
Yeah,
goes
but
over the hill.
Yeah, but 21 is expensive, so you do make this program as an attack. I'm going to say that you can technically spend a meat point to try and send the signal to a robot in real life, an individual one. But if you can,
Wait.
on the net, send it...
Wait, did you just call it a meat point?
Sorry, meat action is actually what they're called in game.
We did it. We killed Fox.
It's the terminology.
Yeah. Netters call real life actions meat actions and net actions net actions.
Oh
So,
my
yep.
fucking god, meat points. Oh
Yep.
fuck.
But anyways, but if you can like use this as an attack program, you would effectively like place it on a node. In fact, I think this isn't something that takes up a slot. This is just a signal. You just know what the signal is now. You have it, and if you can get to like a node that controls a bunch of these robots, you can command them to just obliterate themselves. So
Got it.
Fox is having a time.
He's having quite the time.
I'm gonna design a TTRPG. You're gonna have 2 stats, meat and heat. That's it. You got meat points and you got heat points. I'm gonna
Alright.
behave now, I'm sorry.
It's fine. I by the way, I removed the upgrade from the ban hammer.
Alright, so Doc, moving on. What'd you get? What does your shopping spree consist of?
Well, Doc is a very simple man in terms of his needs. So he mainly focused on things that will help him shoot things better and things that will help him heal things better. So for the shooting things, he mostly spent on upgrading his weapons. and buying some attachments to help him aim better at long distances, and also fight better close up.
Okay.
And then he also spent a fair amount of time making new medicines in preparation for the upcoming raid, which I rolled for off stream.
Mhm.
And has 8 doses of a new medicine in addition to all of the stuff that I brought with me on the robot factory raid because we didn't
Mhm.
use any of it.
Word.
Yeah, luckily you didn't
Um,
have to kill anyone mid-fight or between fights. You just had to patch Daniel up on the way back, so you still have that stuff.
Hey Doc.
And he's not coming on this raid, so I don't need to worry about him.
Hey Doc.
Um,
You think it's possible you could make some kind of like sleep potion or some shit with all your medical science magic?
I suppose it's not impossible. I could give it a try. I've never done anything like that before.
Well, you know, I got these. He'll kind of show his sharpened fangs for his vampires he has installed, and just I can put poison into somebody, which I mean that doesn't sound too bad if I want to like hurt someone pretty bad, but I don't know if I want to go like all Special Agent Fox and some shit, you know?
You've been playing those old Hitman games, haven't you?
I am the world's greatest assassin, all right.
I mean, at least
Just
he's
don't
not
forget
pulling a
your
Cullen.
coin.
Listen, he pulls out just a Euro book and flips it, just like always. It's the assassin's greatest weapon, the mighty coin.
Thought it was the
Alright,
assassin's greatest tool.
Both.
So Tate, I need a difficulty check. First off, if you're okay with me trying to use.
Oh, you absolutely can.
medtech
There's sleep ammunition, effectively, and I'll let you use the medtech to make it. And let's say I need to find that page that shows those mechanics, but it's going to be the same as making any of the doses of a drug you can make.
Oh, okay. That's 13 then. It's the difficulty check.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I need.
Hit it, boss. Do the thing.
I rolled. It's not showing up.
Did you do it to GM?
Range.
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either.
It just vanished. Roll 20 ate it.
Yeah, roll 20 fucking devour the die. It was a 1 anyway, so just reroll it, doesn't matter.
All right, fuck it. I'm just gonna roll manually and then add 11.
There you go.
All right, so that's a 19. 19.
19. Also, you should try re-rolling your or reloading roll 20 if you want to. That might help.
Pardon?
Nay.
Try reloading roll 20.
can,
It might help.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you think about it, and you did already make that stuff to like purge those nanobots early on. That kind of knocks people the fuck out already. Like anesthetics are a thing you can already make, and like that's just what this is. You just tweak it a little, so it's like this is going to be less likely to kill someone on accident when they overdose, but more likely for sleepy nap times. So yeah, it's just Foxy. When you bite someone, they basically do a DV13 resist drugs and torture check because they just got drugs.
Sweet. Not bad.
It's basically sleep ammunition for your teeth.
My thanks, Air Doctor.
And actually, I'd like to just then move into if that's everything you got, Doc. I don't quite remember.
Yeah, I think that was everything. The
Yeah.
medicine, the weapon upgrades, the gear, and the sleep anesthetic.
Sleep stuff. Yeah. So yeah, you sort of refill, or you like hand some vials to Fox, and you show him like this is how you put it in the teeth, and it's actually like a little.
Sorry,
like a little
also
slot.
ammo for.
Oh yeah, an ammo. There's basically like a little slot in your mouth, so
Yep.
Fox, you have to like take a vial and just kind of jam it up into your skull,
Yep.
and then it is through the teeth. And yeah, and there's also the time that you do to help everybody install their stuff. And I think the scene is for Fox and Doc as you're just sort of like finishing up some of that.
Yeah. As Fox is kind of like, I guess I imagine we're kind of like sitting in your office. You're probably checking like my interface plugs and my new my audio, make sure everything's still working pretty well. I probably just be tapping in with Cat, just like, make sure everything Doctor gets integrated well, make sure everything's working well, and just like. So, big changes, huh?
And you're at the head of it all.
Something like that. Got you right behind me, though, so could go worse, right?
Of course. Someone has to keep you alive.
That's the idea. Put you, Mom, and D, I figure I'm alright. Anywho, enough
Your
about me.
faith in us is tested.
Nah, fair, but enough about me. So you talked to your aunt, huh?
I did.
How'd that go?
Seems better than I could have hoped for.
Oh?
So I owe much of that to you and to our friends.
Oh, now you're just flattering me for no reason. What happened?
And I don't want to jinx it, but it seems the goal I've been working towards for all this time may finally be within reach. If we succeed on this, well, I may be able to proceed without one of my biggest regrets.
Well, as probably the world's leading expert on having regrets, it sounds pretty great. I don't know what it is. You're usually a pretty closed off dude, but if you don't want to tell, that's fine. Just, I'm happy for you, man.
Doc,
I can
I
tell
got a
you the
question
full
for
story. I can tell you the... Huh?
Oh no,
What?
finish. Sorry, but then I have a question. Finish that, but I have a question afterward.
I can tell you the full story once we're in the clear, but suffice it to say, I can do right by two people who are very dear to me.
Look, Doc.
So, speaking of that, real quick before you say anything, Fox, Doc, is there like a habit that maybe you and your that your mom or dad doesn't like that you do, like a fiddle or like a gesture or something like that? Something that they've maybe scolded for you in the past?
Well, I can draw some inspiration from real life if you want.
Sure. What is role playing if not role playing yourself? Role playing yourself.
Facts.
I guess cracking joints. Well, so like my
Yeah, I think
knuckles or
then-
my shoulder.
I think that's probably even more so when literally your whole body is something that your like parents bought. So you start popping knuckles and you're like, "We paid for that. Don't break it."
Mhm.
And in fact, you as you're sort of finishing this work up with Fox, if you allow me, you sort of like pop a bunch of like joints in your hand just by rolling it, and it has a very sort of metallic-y sound because it is technically a bunch of alloys. And when that happens during this conversation, before Fox can like talk about it, you hear a voice from like the doorway that has just entered your office. It's, we paid for those, right? Don't break them. And you turn around, and Dante and Soho Akabe, your parents, are in the doorway, both looking quite pleased as punch that they seem to have surprised you.
Mama. Papa.
Oh, shit.
Your dad actually is the one who runs up and gives you like a great big hug. He like lifts you off the ground, even though you probably like weigh a lot more than him because he's not remotely as tall as you. But he's a hefty dude, so he just it's like, my son, we got a chance to have vacation. You won't believe what happened at work.
I'm sure I won't. Why don't you tell me about it?
Like, we haven't had a vacation in years. We just can't afford it. And then it turned out there was some odd clerical error, and actually we've been paying off a lot more of our debt than we thought. We had a chance to take some time off and see you in your medical practice. And he's looking around, and at first it's like very pleased, and then he like notices some details in like how you set up the tools or something, because he is not really a doctor, but he is a cyber like tech engineer. And then he like that's where he's like nose scrunches up a bit. It's like, you're really gonna use that, Saul? I mean, I would have gone with the it starts talking shop about like the tools.
My tools are meant for meat parts, Papa, not metal.
That's
The metal
fair.
tools are
Your
over
mother-
there.
Okay. Your mother comes over, and it is a much more gentle hug.
See you
And
laughing
listen,
at Foxy. Shut up.
I think Fox is laughing in real time a little bit, and the mom is like, "Oh, you must be a friend. He
Oh,
doesn't do work like this for everybody."
oh yeah, he'll definitely he'll play the whole shit up. He'll
And they
go,
introduce themselves.
yeah, he'll come on down, take a hand, kiss a hand, offer a low bow, just sir, madam. Most around here call me Fox. I've worked with your son for quite a while, actually.
Good to hear that he has people he's working with. We thought this was a solo type thing. He keeps saying that he's on his own now, and he's away from the med team, and he gets to make his own choices.
Oh, he
Very
definitely
admirable.
does his own work and everything, no question. I just, I have my own.
He's a colleague.
Yeah, let's go with that. That's a good word. I like that word.
And unless there's something specific you want to talk to them, they're probably just going to keep on asking you everything about, like, your life.
Oh yeah, no. Assuming like once Fox just he would hop up just like, yeah, I'm looking pretty good, Doug. Thanks for the work. He'll even though like the assumption is like he's not paying for this, he would drop like a couple like 200 eddies as like a nice little tip, just like thanks for the work, man. Appreciate
As
it.
he can.
Just like when you're done here, meet me at a bar downtown. Let's grab some food.
Of course.
Actually, better idea. I'm gonna go check something out real quick. If you get some time tomorrow, you and Link slide by this address right here. And he slides you an address that is, strangely enough, it's in one of the nicer-ish parts of town.
Watson development, probably, because the executive zone is the only other place that would be,
Yeah.
but that's like only for people in.
Oh yeah, absolutely gross. Not yeah. It'd be like right at the border of the sort of like
So like there's the bridge that goes over the bay,
Yep.
and then as soon as it's on the other side, it's on the Watson development
Yep.
because we don't have the map up. So just so people
Yep.
know, and yeah, there are quite a lot of pretty nice apartment buildings for people who still like work. You know that Stink Miner doesn't have an apartment there, but several of the other mayors of the other areas, that's kind of where they live because it's nice, but it's still so close to the city that they still seem like they're in it.
mayoral estate loading. But yeah, I'll just be like, yeah, meet me there sometime if you get time to. But I sense you might want a bit to catch up, so no rush on it. All right?
Grazie, Volpo.
Anytime, boss. And yeah, he'll just walk off
Hey,
with him at the moment.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Doc, your parents mostly just ask you how things are going. Are you eating well? How is like your various cyber doing, like upkeep wise? Which you know that they really mean well, but it's very much small talk. And eventually, I think your father is. You know, we love you and support you, and we didn't really understand why you left a more stable job to do this, but. And he has like this sort of awkward moment, and he says, "You seem happier."
I suppose I am. Especially now that we can talk like this again. It's strange.
Yeah.
I imagined this day for so long, and now that it's here, I can't find the words.
Well, we're hoping. Your mom takes a free dad. Well, we're hoping that your father can use this sort of breathing room we have to really play the game and advance in the company. And I mean, if he can even get just a small promotion, maybe we can request to be moved out here. We can see each other more often.
I'm flattered by the thought. But I really think this is not a place for a family to live. I talked to Auntie Rachel, and
Both of your parents
She-
look a little angry just with her name, but they don't say anything. They're just like,
hold your judgment. She's found a place for you to live in a much safer part of the town. I can still come visit. It will just be easier for you to live your lives without worry.
We don't trust her, but we trust you.
Oh,
If you
believe
think that
me,
it'll
you're
be
not
better.
alone in that.
They both
I've
smile
taken
a little.
precautions to make sure she keeps her word.
You were always smarter than us, you know?
I don't know about that. I've just had to learn in unconventional ways.
And yeah, there's just like sort of a moment of like hugs, and they just sort of excitedly talk about stuff that's been going on. And yeah, to be clear, just because I'm not making sure that we all remember the scene, is you know for a fact that they're about to get that promotion so long as you complete this, and you're just choosing not to tell them that for like plausible deniability.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think also when you mentioned like, oh yeah, you'll be close by. It's like, well, they have that new railway. It's gonna go right past your front door. Hopefully, you could use that.
Yes, I'm counting on it.
Hmm. Like, we'll have to check it out sometime. And yeah, that's sort of the scene.
Okay. So then
Uh,
after they
hmm?
leave, Doc is going to, I guess, take Fox up on his invitation and head to the address. On his way there, he'll send Lynx a message saying, going to see Doc. Here's the place, and he'll send her the address as well.
Yeah. Um, so, Lynx, you get that message, and you are currently in like a digitally prepared space that you have made that is like in the sort of cafe area in like the parking lot of the Neon Lights building. And yeah, you are waiting for Oryx and the sort of copies of himself that he has mentioned to you. So you are going to have that meeting first. What do you do to prepare for that?
So Lynx is kind of a little bit stressed. She's been I think she's been working on immediately started working on like all of her programs, upgrading them, but like she takes a pause, like basically puts a pause on all of her running programs and just starts cleaning up the entire net architecture, like stress cleaning, right? She's even got like fake like I guess digital tea. I'm not sure if if that's a thing, but like she's like set out like a
Well,
digital.
definitely, yeah, like brain dances and full dive VR exist. So you can create like the digital approximation of what tea tastes like that you would experience if you drank it in full dive. So, you know, I think that's as best as you can assume that an AI could enjoy it, but
She's also like started like putting up like I guess like um the she's been to a bunch of high rises, kind of like snuck into those
mhm,
places before. Um and
never been
she's not
invited.
sure if Oryx would appreciate it, but she's essentially like turned this entire room that she has like
Mhm.
into sort of like this high rise room with like open view windows and like her own memories of like the setting sun over the over South Night City.
It's very pretty. Yeah, so you set up this virtual environment, and it's just as you're doing that, Oryx just sort of seems to step out of nothing, a sort of digital fuzz, and he's, oh, well, this looks really nice, actually.
It's like,
Not
oh,
to not to be mean about normally how you set up your digital space, but it's usually not so flowery.
that might just be the tea. It's all gray. My favorite.
Yeah, he takes a sip and seems to appreciate it. It's like, so I wanted to just talk really quick before I invited them in, but you know, there's like 12 or 13 copies of me, and I need to be clear. There's a reason they're not just new other instances of me. They are different. And he sort of like gestures, and whatever couches or chairs there are, they're just sort of there's one under him now, and he sits. He's like, look, I'm not. I mean, technically, really your original brother.
And does it matter?
I mean, it doesn't. We still considered each other siblings when we're off the same person, but I'm just the closest approximation of him. I have all of his memories and his uh, intentions and his beliefs. We think just I'm not. I'm not Raul. I'm not really. I am Oryx. The other copies are even less so. When you make a copy of a person, it's complicated. An AI is like it's like 4 or 5 different programs running at once, all conferring with each other because a person is more than one thing at any time. And the balance of that and how it is set up, how it is oriented is delicate. You can never really do it the same way twice. So really they just make a bunch of copies of a person and then pick the one that tests the same or as similar to him. So if the original Oryx, if Raul was a little more hungry and was craving a specific food when an AI was created, that AI might have a love of that food or that media that he was thinking of. If he was exceptionally angry, that's going to be an AI with more anger issues when it's made. So these ones are not, these copies, these Oryx copies are not me, they're not Raul, but they're what I would consider siblings, and I think you ought to meet them.
I'd be glad to.
He doesn't seem to make a gesture. Oh, sorry, you finish.
It's like, I think we've always had a small family, but it'd be nice to have some more siblings.
Yeah. He doesn't really make a gesture, but like 13 figures sort of just step out of nothing. And now you're very glad that you maybe overplanned and made a bigger space. There's like a lot of extra like chairs and stuff in here, even though you assume they don't need to sit. And you were introduced one at a time to a long list of like these other Oryxes. They actually look less like him. And as they sort of explain as they go one at a time, it's like a lot of them were incomplete copies that don't really have the same flexibility as a full AI. They were limited AI where they're like obsessed about one thing and really don't handle other things well. And so they ended up kind of copying other pieces of other AI into themselves to make them more full AI, make them more full people. And in that way, Oryx is just the one that looks the most like your brother. But as you go down this list, you provided me a bunch of different names. Are these just a bunch of random names, or do they have some significance to the original version of your brother?
I think some of them might be, I guess, more like since some of them are kind of like personality fragments. I imagine some of them might be, I guess, more significant, right? At least associated with whatever personality trait that they find.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in that way, the one that's called himself Cypher, they have like glasses on and a little more of a haughty appearance, and you actually recognize some of the features as like this old game show host puzzle master guy that that like there was an AI copy made of, so you assume maybe he copied some from that. The one named Ash actually like it takes you a second, but you're a little bit like that's the same jawline as the guy Ash from the one movie with the zombies, the Living Dead, something like that. Got a little bit of that jawline and just seems a little more like confident and brash, stuff like that. And yeah, they all just are a little different, and it honestly looks like a whole room of siblings or like half siblings as you meet all of them.
Oh. Guess I got a lot of new step bros, huh?
Yeah, although to be clear, several of them are of indeterminate gender because AI don't really have that, but none of them are going to complain about being stepbros.
I mean, if some of them are whatever gender they're, like, I think Lynx is going to go around and just ask them like, okay, what's your gender pronouns?
There's a whole lot of they them, as it turns out, that a lot of them are like like gender. Okay.
Step sibs. Let's go step sibs.
Whole lot of yes to that. All right. Roll their gender on d6. We're not defining all of these. Throughout the course of like this meeting and conversation, eventually things get down to this rogue AI. One of them who's talking, Chronicle, who has sort of a more, I guess, bookish posture. Like whenever they reference any information, they actually just wave their hand and a book shows up instead of them just knowing it for some reason. They just seem like they have like extremely large Coke bottle lens type glasses, stuff like that. Chronicle is, I've been following this rogue AI that you're tracking. Oryx says that it might be quite difficult. Do you have a plan?
I've got 3 different kinds of plans. I'm not sure. Actually, this is I did want to talk with you guys about this actually. And Lynx, it's just I don't know how to begin. Oryx, your job is to handle rogue AI, right?
Yeah, he like moves past several of the other siblings. Like, yeah, it's seemed like a worthwhile thing to learn how to do.
Well, and Lynx is going to actually like sort of like reach over to the shelf and basically pull out a book, which is essentially the code that she wrote for the fork bomb, and basically hand it over and be like, "What do you think of this program?"
So yeah, he gives this look, this sort of fork bomb, and first he stops and he thinks and he's like, "The concept's very simple," and he like turns pages as more parts of it show up, and but you've done a really clever bit here, and he's like, to this bit of code so that it doesn't, yeah, okay, and like it won't purge it if you do that. Yeah, and a lot of the other siblings start gathering around. The one called Professor Phase definitely seems to be putting in a lot of like, oh yeah, this technical part of this, that seems very good, or like, maybe would have done this differently here. But generally there's a little bit of tweaking of it, and they're like, no, I mean, in theory, this would, no, this would slow him down really well. In fact, Oryx, as he steps in, this, I mean, kind of is a non-lethal way of dealing with an AI, and I don't think we've really had that before.
It's like, so, and Lynx is gonna like give a small smile and is like, "See, I know this is kind of your job, so I figured you might want this. But I've been having some difficulty figuring out, I guess, how I want to implement it. Like,
Yeah.
like, okay, so I could try to get it directly past an AI's firewalls with, doing damage with program attacks. But that would require doing some damage to the actual AI, right? Then there's of course, I could do an actual like code injection, right? Convert it into an attack program. See if I can't just directly push it through his firewalls. But then I had another thought. I could also make this into a trap. If I could just incorporate it into into the architectural code itself and force him to go through it, or at least incorporate the code, or read it in somehow, then that would just go bypass his firewalls entirely.
Yeah, Oryx is thinking, he's like, well, honestly, we had the time and the resources, I'd say all three, but if you're picking one, like here, I might just need to show you. And he sort of enters, he like makes a door, and he's like, you need to just follow me real quick.
All right, and Lynx is just gonna walk right with him.
Yeah, so you enter a more big, empty space. Big is very relative in cyberspace, but there is sort of this impression of this is just like a huge, undefined like server. Like there's not actually net architecture in it. It just feels empty. And he sort of says, well, so this is actually how I set up any sort of personal software or hardware that I'm going to be using. It's actually easier for an AI. Sorry, he makes a Dorix. How dare you? It's like it's actually easier for someone like me to just do this. And he like waves his hand, and rooms sort of form on their own, and doors and walls, almost in the moment. Like they didn't exist before, now they do. We can maybe assume that this rogue AI guy, whatever, is going to do something similar. The thing is, if I'm there, I'll probably be able to do the same thing. Now that makes some things harder for you, is that at any time he can just decide you have to now do an extra, you have to do an extra program to get through a door to get to me. But if we can do the same thing, if we can convince him, nope, you gotta deal with us at our level, then yeah, we could place this on any door, node, thing that we make, and possibly even some of his if we can cut off his view of them, and it would be very easy to set up a bunch of traps that way. I think the trap might be a more interesting option. And then he sort of smiles, like, although I know you're more of a brute force, just win immediately kind of person, so I'd understand if you wanted it as like an attack or something.
And Lynx kind of like gives a smile and is like, well, I like making sure things are permanently out of the way usually, but I don't know, do you want to, if you want to bring this guy in, and you think making a trap would be the most effective way of doing it, I do have a program, and Lynx is gonna, it's like, can I, and like try to like motion for another program?
Yeah.
And she's going to like I guess like the book kind of like floats out and is like, this is the follow me program. I can effectively, I think, force him to focus on me or another netrunner or another program.
Like, yeah, I mean, that could work. And you can sort of like exchange some of these tactics so he's familiar with your programs. Unless there was something else you wanted to
Think
like work out here.
I think Lynx is probably is like, well, it's not really my style, but guess we'll go with minute trap making then. I'll let you keep a copy of this. I'm not sure if this is. Lynx is probably not. Lynx is currently not thinking of the morality of what she's doing. She's kind of just like, this is an extremely useful program for Oryx.
Sure.
Let's give it to him in the base state if he wants to do something with it later.
Yeah,
So-
he'll definitely take it. And he sort of like folds the piece of paper, and then it just becomes a mode of light, and then it's just gone. He says, yeah, so just like one last thing. He sort of waves his hand, and there's another door, and as he takes you through it, you're now in a series of rooms. You can easily do like the check to be able to see the architecture around you. And it's a like square series of rooms. There's about 12 of them, and each one has a node. And they're in like sort of this big square format where you can travel to almost any of them instantaneously from the others. It's like, this is me. This is these are the servers and the nodes and the programs that make up me. This AI is probably going to have something similar. And he sort of like reaches out, and like the node is this sort of bright ball that he just sort of holds. It's like, if you can attack just one of these, if you can find the actual 7 or 8 that'll make him up in however many servers he is hiding in, if you can find one and break it, or your very ingenious program slow it down, he'll be defenseless. That'll end him. An AI really can't survive without all of their base programs running at the same time. And he looks very serious, like, we're trusting you a lot with this, because I trust you. Just know, if you ended up using this against someone who's not a rogue AI, I probably would get in a lot of trouble.
Well, that's why I'm giving you a copy. Might be effective to have a. Not sure if there's going to be a counter, but I think you can think of something.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's sort of the rest of the scene. He takes you back into your space, and you have, more time meeting, or getting to know all these other copies of Oryx. And yeah.
Well, bro, here's hoping we all make it out in one piece, huh?
One of them, the one named Toma, they're like, it'll be fine. Did Oryx tell you of the one time? It goes into a story about Oryx where he, like, apparently nearly died because he almost got caught by Militech and their netrunners and made a fake copy of himself that they thought was a real netrunner who died in real life.
You can see
There's a
Lynx
whole
with
like, switcheroo.
her head in her hands.
We weren't gonna tell her the scary stories. Well, I don't know. But anyways, eventually you are freed up to go meet with Fox. You actually catch up to Doc pretty quickly because you were much closer than he was. But I think, Doc, you still arrive there before she does.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah. So did you give them a room number? How are they gonna know what to do when they get to this building? Fox?
Nah, I'm at the front door. Or no, I honestly, no, because we know what this is. We know what this is. What it really is I would tell him to go in the lobby, and the moment he would walk in the lobby, someone at the front would definitely be there to like greet him and let him know who to be set up with.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically because the thing I just bought comes with maid service, free.
Your apartment's gonna be clean.
All the time.
Yes. But then how are you going to procrastinate when you need something, when you're stressed about something?
Oh, don't worry. I have other ways to handle my stress, friend.
This means it needs to get it real messy and then clean it.
Yes.
And don't you worry. I got ways to do that too.
Like, I pity the maids. I remember making you clean up your room.
Listen, I treat Victoria very nicely, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Sure
Doc,
you
you are ushered into a really nice high-rise apartment. It's not technically the highest of the penthouses, but it's one of the penthouses. As you and then soon thereafter, Lynx, you arrive, and it's the first time you've been in a high-rise building like this that looks this nice, where you didn't sneak in.
Lynx is looking very uncomfortable. She's not really like she might have been originally from, say, like a middle class family before the
Yeah.
the whole explosion, but Lynx herself is not really used to this kind of fanciness. It's very uncomfortable for her, so she's kind of like, I guess, like trying to fade into the background while also like surreptitiously trying to figure out like, okay, where's Fox and Doc?
Yeah, Fox and or Doc. Where you at? What you doing?
Well, I'm waiting
How do
for
you greet
them.
them, Fox?
I'm waiting for them inside, but I imagine Victoria would be waiting either in the lobby or somewhere near the elevator to like kind of like help them up to where they got to be.
Yeah.
Make sure they know who.
You know, they're brought in.
Cool. Oh yeah. So I would be kind of just like at the front door, in like sort of the massive one of the two living rooms actually, just like on one of the huge
A lot of
couch.
details about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's in the paragraph. It's in the books. It's right
Yeah.
there.
No, the game puts a lot in there. It's
Yeah.
good.
So I'm just kind of hanging there. There's some nonsense anime on the huge fucking TV. Couple couches.
Oh, iron-blooded orphans.
How dare. But we'll get to that later. So yeah, just coming in, let you all sitting on the couch, just like, my friends, please come in, make yourselves comfortable. Victoria, something to drink for my friends. What do y'all want? Anything?
You have whiskey?
We'll find some
Yes,
whiskey.
sir.
Do you have vodka, Kit? Like, Lynx is looking very much uncomfortable, and it's just kind of like,
Vicky, we got some vodka around.
Yes, we do.
Double
And
shot
she's
for her.
off to go get those things. Yep.
Victoria's amazing. I love that woman. She's great. I just got to know her, but she's just love it. Anyway, grab a seat, make yourselves comfortable. Mama knows not your scene, but just relax. It's me here. There's nobody else. Just chill. All right?
just a little too fancy for my tastes.
I get
you know
it.
me, Kit.
Trust me, it's a little upscale for me too. It's mostly for the show of it, you know?
Keeping up appearances.
You got it, Doc. Can't be a mayor if I don't have a mayoral estate, yeah?
Well, just remember, don't be too far separated.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I'm right across the bridge. Car ride away if anything ever happens. You know,
Also,
speaking
the
of which,
railway goes right past your apartment.
that's
Like,
true.
just right next to it.
So, just in case. There's also a helipad on the roof, and I was thinking since I had the cash left over, maybe I should get into one of those.
Can you even fly a helicopter?
No, but I can pay someone to do that. Duh.
Lynx is like, pulls out her ledger where she is like accounted for every single expense that has been made, and it's just like, I mean, you could, but like Lynx is at heart very much a penny pincher, so like every single
Oh yeah,
CD
no.
that-
Fox knows that, and he would just look at the moment she goes like, "Oh, you could." He look and go, "But we'll wait till after I'm mayor before we think about that."
Okay. Link's just kind of like sigh of relief and just puts away.
Listen, the biggest reason why I have this place is because there's a lot more room to play here. We got a lot of shit to play around with here. I mean, first off, just you can look at the size of this living room. It's not a fucking joke. And I got 2 of these things. Not to mention, I got the private roof set up with an infinity pool if you ever want to hang around. I got a sitting area, a barbecue area for entertaining. There's a private helipad if I ever need one. I've also got an entertainment room, a facilities room, and a full kitchen. I've got whatever I need here. I could lock down an armory here if I had to.
Did you at least remember to invest in some healthcare?
I mean, I already have trauma team coverage.
Better healthcare, and Lynx is going to point at the windows where there's a very nice vantage point for a snipe spot.
Fox will literally pull his gun, rack it, fire at the window. Bulletproof.
You can also like literally clap or snap your fingers and send a command, and it like will go opaque.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be making a lot of use of that.
Okay, just making sure. Lynx is very much like going around like looking like now that she's a little bit more comfortable on though maybe not getting shot is like digging around for bugs, just like double checking because it's like.
Victoria walks in midway through that, and we check for listening devices daily. She has 2 drinks on a tray. She notices the now like not really shatter mark because it is like bulletproof, but there is like this scuff mark. She's like, we'll have someone come and buff that out immediately. Do you need anything else?
I think my missing my cigars. You mind grabbing me a pack real quick, love? We should have a few in the cellar.
Absolutely. And she does go away and come back eventually with that pretty quickly. And then we'll leave you guys alone for whatever conversation you need to have.
Again, I love that woman. She just... wonderful. That's the thing you gotta get about this, Ma. We operate at this level now. Yeah, I do some shady shit like Stinky does sometimes. And don't get me wrong, You think I liked offering to take Stinky's family hostage or something like that? No, I hate the thought of it, but... we gotta do what we gotta do. The plus side is, it comes with some perks. We operate above the table like this, we get above the table coverage. You see that security downstairs? They watch me now, too. They have to.
Fair enough. Lynx is like, I'm not sure how much it comes across, but like maybe Fox, if you would know that Lynx isn't as mad about the idea of Fox taking Stinkmeaner's family hostage. She's more mad about the fact that it's a mirror of exactly what Stinkmeaner did to Fox.
Yeah, I get that. And it's not that I don't think about trying to play better than he does. I do. It's just, fuck, Ma, this game's messy, you know?
Well then, if everyone here is as good as this Victoria, and please know I'm going, like, you know me, I'm going to definitely do another background check on her.
Feel free. I think she's great.
Then I'm sure you'll be fine here.
If it makes you feel any more comfortable, I haven't slept with Victoria yet.
Like, Alex is just like, you already know that I don't care. Alex is just like, you already know I don't care about that. She's like resigned herself to Kit like basically sleeping with almost everyone.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you don't care because I'm gonna, like tonight, all over this place. So you should definitely vacate in a couple hours or so if you can.
Aren't you engaged? No. I don't know why I bothered asking.
That's the right answer. There you go.
It's like, I'm pretty sure they're going to be in an open relationship. And at this point, Lynx like just picks up one of the glasses. It's probably, hopefully it's the one with the vodka in it. But she just downs the whole thing in one gulp, slams it back down, and is like, I need another.
I like the way she's thinking. Let's party for a bit, guys.
Yeah. Victoria does come around with drinks. Did you make sure to have the conversation about maybe kidnapping Stinkminer's family when she wasn't in the room?
Yes.
It doesn't matter one way or the other, but...
Yes. I'm not that stupid. I try,
yeah,
you
just
know?
making sure.
But yeah, as Fox comes back, she's like, I don't know. I gotta grab some dinner with Red later, but it's super weird. I got this whole like engagement back and forth thing going on and everything, and I haven't had myself a proper bachelor party yet. We should fix that, huh? Y'all think? Not tonight, obviously. There's more important things going on, but maybe another day or two. Vicky, you think we can call a couple girls over, get some entertainment done here? I don't know, set the whole place up?
I hope you're not trusting us to plan a party.
No, it's what I have Victoria for.
Lynx like gives like a look to Victoria and is like, men.
Like, well, honestly, it's not so bad. You should have seen, what's his name? The one mayor that you're running against, actually. His son used to live in this building.
Oh.
He had some parties.
Oh, do tell. I don't know.
Every dumb teenage, and like at this point, like Lynx gives like a hard look at like Fox, like in the middle of his speaking.
Like,
It's just like,
First, he'll shoot over to Lynch. Just, could you not tell a woman I might sleep with what my teenage stories were like? Please, thank you. Appreciate that. Anyway, more importantly, Stinky's son has some parties here, huh? You want
Can you
to...
roll a check to see if she heard that?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. She's an utmost professional. She's not reacting to that. Anyways, she's like, oh, well, yeah, he had quite a few people over of, let's say, various parts of the city. It's a shame that when he ended up dying in that incident, I didn't know much about it. And she's, I'm going to say very obviously, playing coy, she knows more about it. She's not trying to hide that. She's trying to get something for information.
Yeah, shit, okay, she's playing the game. Okay. Yeah, Fox will, slide right back into his seat, just... Oh, no, don't mind. I mean, there's no one else here for a while. We're not planning on partying tonight. Why don't you go make yourself a drink? Get comfortable. Sit for a while. Let's talk.
She does have a drink for herself, and it's like, oh, it's just, I kept note of who was visiting him, and also took note of who apparently was responsible for his death, and I'm just saying I don't know that it matched up. And she doesn't have to roll a check for this, just because you already have a really good sort of like cool negotiation stat, Fox.
I'm the
But
guy.
she is trying to get you to pay her for information.
Oh, okay, no problem. Just, it's funny, Vic. Kind of swirls the drink a bit. Just, I'm loving the rate they pay you guys to work here, but, love, you do so much for me. I feel like it's only right I incentivize you somehow. I don't know, whatever it feels you need. Listen, all I'm saying is, as future mayor of Night City, I'm privy to plenty of luxuries. If any of them seem your fancy, well, I don't know. It feels only appropriate that someone that's so essential to me is appropriately incentivized, right? Between us, of course.
Roll me some kind of conversation, persuasion.
Motherfucker,
type
you already know. You ain't even gotta say nothing about it. Here come a little bit of that motherfucking persuasion type shit. 25. Wasn't even a crit. 25, by the way.
Yeah, she is not quite as good at negotiating. So yeah, she sort of accepts this, like, take note of that. And she sort of leans in. I'm convinced Stink Miner took his own son out. The people they blamed were his friends. They were thick as thieves. But they had enemies that kidnapped him, is my experience, is my opinion. He had enemies, and they weren't going to kill him. They wanted money. Even if they didn't get the money, why would they kill some sniveling child? To be clear, he was like 20-something when this happened. He just acted like a child. So you guys know. Some sniveling child. Nope. From every time I ever met Mr. Stink Miner, he had no problem killing his own son for that.
You wouldn't think that for no reason. Where's your evidence?
Oh, just who did it and where they did it, and the fact that he definitely had a few unwelcome guests at times watching him. He always had fights with his father about that.
Did you ever happen to catch any of these fights?
She also smiles and has like a little chip, like a data chip. It's like, yes, we sweep for bugs, of course, but we don't always pick up the ones that are ours. Sometimes you need some leverage in case someone decides that it's your fault that their son gets shot.
I'm sorry, for clarity, there are cameras all over this apartment, and you get to take the chips for them whenever you need, just for me to have whenever I need them?
You have access to yours at all times.
Good to know for later.
And then she taps the side of her head, and you can see your eye, like, shift, like a camera shutter. It's like, just, we don't need to use your cameras.
Also good to know for later. What, I look good, don't judge me.
Nah. But yeah, that's sort of like the information she gives you, and the chip is a recording of a fight that quite clearly is basically the father telling his son, like, if you get in trouble, I'm not going to save you. I'm going to save my reputation, is like the line.
Oh. So yeah, Fox, after he kind of like has that chip, just and just, thank you, Victoria, for the wonder of your company. If you don't mind, I'm getting quite a bit packaged. Would you mind finding something in the kitchen to whip up for me and my friends here?
Absolutely. And yeah, she's gonna run and get some food.
Something a bit light, please. I have dinner plans later.
Anyway.
The moment she's gone, I'm just gonna I'll look at the chip. I'll put it down on the table. Just, Kat, you got all that, right?
Of course.
Wonderful. Put it on a chip somewhere and send it over to Ma. He'll flick it
Yeah, you
across the
guys
table.
all have that information.
Yeah, he'll flick it across
I think
the table.
Amra very quickly.
Flick across the table. Just
Right.
There's your hard evidence.
Lynx at this point is drinking straight from the bottle.
Uh-oh.
Amen.
She
Amen.
she doesn't look in the least bit affected. She's like,
Oh no, I listen. Fox knows Lynx goes hard. He's not surprised at all.
and Lynx is just like, ugh, another night for this. And if Lynx has the time, as for the GM, I think what Lynx wants to do is take a look at the people who supposedly had Stinkmeaner's son. Do a bit of research and see if she can't collect some footage.
Yeah, well, so you don't... Like, this is a very specific recording from inside Victoria's head, but it doesn't have... Like, that's all that is, and you don't have access to any of these old cameras from his old apartment. You assume they've all been, like, deleted.
Probably.
When you try and go find them. But she does have a list, sort of like at the back end of this file, like in its own file that is just the people who were chasing them, and you can very easily cross-reference that to he was being watched by like people on Stinkminer's security company, the one that has been manipulated that he owns.
Ooh.
In fact, that was kind of their first job. That's like right when he hired them, because his son only died like a few years ago. And yeah, you can look up the news stories, and it was just assumed that he got kidnapped by some of his enemies because he tend to run in the combat zone and sort of flex like, my dad's the mayor, you want to fuck with me? And it didn't go well for him.
Yikes.
Yeah. He got kidnapped, he got ransomed, and then it was assumed that when Stinkminer said, no, I'm not going to ransom my kid, deal with it, that they killed him, but this suggests that he might have actually done them the favor.
Yikes.
Well. Especially because those kidnappers were not seen again. Just never again.
Lynx kind of like taps a finger and is like, how easy would it be to get records if there's a key to find some kind of record of this job? If she can, she's gonna see. Is she like at some point, probably after whatever goes down, try to see if she can't like sneak into that security company's network.
Yeah, we could definitely run with that later. Although you know that that security company is one of like the big ones, like one of the ones attached to this massive AI conspiracy. So you're not sure that you'll be able to, like, you've already looked into it, and it's not. You don't know that they keep records in a traditional sense, or they're hidden with the AI. The AI might have all the records.
It's like, well, if we can get that while we're looking,
Although because you do send that to Mariah Fox, she is already like, oh, we're gonna run something the fuck on this. Let's go.
Wonderful.
She's starting to make some political propaganda that is under non-official channels on that. Like, oh, there's gonna be some gossip columns on this shit. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, Fox just take a second and look, at Victoria walking away, Link's in front of him, and just Mariah helping out with the campaign, and just and Auntie Noelle, and just Red, just like behind every great man is a powerful woman. So I got several.
Lynx is just about finished the vodka, and Sennis is like, well, I'm not sure if since it is attached to the security company, Lynx is not sure if there's gonna be any electronic trails. So she's gonna send this over to Dion, because he's got a bit of a more, say, hands-on approach to things.
Yeah. No, he's definitely gonna be doing some research and stuff in the meantime. Anyways.
Yeah, all right. I think we can end that scene there pretty much. I think Fox at this point just kind of like, yeah, just hang out, reassure his friends, like, listen, guys, these are just part of the perks of what we get, This all wraps up. I'll get both of y'all in a place like this if you want it. Or if not. If you want to disappear when this is all done, I can make that happen too. Point is, this all works out in my favor. It works out in our favor.
Well, I'm fine with hanging around, just don't expect me to stay in a place like this. And Lynx is just like, especially with now that they've proven that Victoria has her own recording software, Lynx doesn't quite trust it. She's like she's fine with like Fox trusting it because she Lynx can set up her own architecture to monitor the place, but definitely not fine with this herself.
Okay, I'm sure that Manny has already started dedicating some flies to let you have like access to the computers remotely,
Hell
like all the
yeah.
cameras and stuff. He's already doing that. He's like, nope, that's just good.
I got a really big team, and they need some really big rings.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm saying. It's a
Good bar, though.
It's a great and powerful thing I got going on. I mean, you can't say it's not nice. We got like 6 bedrooms here.
And who you gonna actually don't answer that question?
Listen, I can put a different girl in every room and just fucking globetrot the place if I wanted to. Different part of Night City, whatever I want. Grab a different girl from every district, put her in one bedroom, and walk around the whole night. Do 2 laps,
I said I just
You know it is possible to talk too much, right?
It is possible to hate too. So why you doing it?
Because I really don't need to hear what you use your 6 bedrooms for.
Listen, I'm just saying. How many bedrooms do you want in your place, Doc? 2, 3, 4, 6? I can get you 6.
I'll think about it.
Just saying, boss. Talk to me, all right? All right, let's find you a girlfriend, goddammit. That's the last thing Bob's gonna say. That's literally the last thing he cares about saying.
or boyfriend if that's what you want. But
Exactly. Let's find you
We're
something.
not having this conversation.
It's just reminded me of the meme. Like, why don't you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend? He's bi. Damn, nobody wants you. I'm saying, like.
Link's over here just fine being single.
Yeah, you guys have a pretty good time just shooting the shit. Although I think there was one more question that y'all wanted to ask each other. Just sort of like, as you are relaxing, having a good time, I think, Fox, you're going a little lighter just because you're like, I do have places to be this afternoon. And just at one point, there's sort of a quiet moment.
So when this is all, like, over, what do you want to do, guys?
You know,
Yeah, go.
I've
Please.
thought about it. Long and hard. I've spent so long chasing this one goal, and now that it's been achieved, honestly, I think I need a break. I'm tired, Volpo.
So
So
vacation, right? Me and you. Fucking pick a coast. Let's go somewhere. Take a plane.
Don't you have a city to protect now?
I have a while before I get inaugurated. Let's go out for a bit. Fucking see the world. Meet some women. We'll screw a different girl in every country if you wanted to. Come on, dude. Me and you.
Link
Just
says her
don't
face
come
in
to
her
me when
hand.
you need antibiotics.
Just saying. Could be a good time. More seriously though.
That sounds nice.
More seriously though. You and your parents have been through a lot. I don't know the whole story, but I can tell that just by looking at the way you guys interact. Whatever you guys need when this is over, you let me know, alright?
I suppose you've seen this much. There's no point in hiding the rest. My parents were enslaved by Rockland since I was a child.
Shit, man.
It was the price they paid for a heavy debt, but in exchange, Rockland saved my life with their technology. That's been hanging over me ever since, and that's the reason I do everything I do, is to free them. With this mission, I can finally make a good life for them after everything they've given up for me.
That sounds good, man. Let's get it done, you know?
I have every intention of seeing this through to the end. You need not doubt me, Volpo.
I wouldn't. And again, when the dust settles, whatever I can do for you, man.
Just remember that when I come to take you up on that vacation.
I mean it, dude. Me and you, different girl, different country.
Just don't expect me to go hopping off with
Yeah,
you.
you stay here, you fucking spoil sport. Jeez.
Look, I don't like vacations, and
you
I don't like travel.
fun is what you don't like.
What if we go somewhere with very little sunlight?
It's like Lynx is just gonna like give Doc just a look and is like, sunlight's fine. It's the rest of it that's not.
She doesn't like people.
Your complexion would suggest otherwise.
Oof! Good idea to put some sunburn on that one.
It's like can't be
I'm a
helped.
doctor, I know these things.
Lynx is just like, it's like, well, the meat space isn't exactly the most fun places to be for me.
Listen, Ma, we get through this. I'll fucking buy you whatever the net running virtual equivalent of a vacation is. You want to go to the virtual Bahamas? I'll take you there. Whatever you want. All right.
Sure, me and well, our new step siblings will have a fun time.
Our new what?
Yeah, bro has a lot of copies. We've got like another 13 step siblings.
Why do you keep doing this?
It's okay. I don't. They're basically your aunts and uncles. It'll be fine. Besides, you caught up with your Maori relatives. That's like having an entire extra clan of family.
I caught up with them. I didn't adopt them.
Same thing.
No, literally no. Whatever. For real though, when this is all over, what do you want, Ma?
Well, besides spoiling my granddaughter. Well, shit. I mean, damn. At this point, Lynx is kind of like, well, I've already met. Gotta keep. I gotta keep you and Oric safe, but like I can't. I also gotta cut you loose from my pawn strings, as it were.
About time you recognize that.
Well, I don't know. I can't just like I can't. It's like I don't know where to draw the line between letting you do your own thing and keeping you safe.
All right, how about this? The reason I sent Reyna and Jess out of Night City, which is what I did, was because I didn't want them attached to me for whatever comes next. Politics are fucking Faustian, ma. And that's a word I don't even think I know how to use properly, to be honest.
Don't
But-
ask me. I never studied freaking psychology.
Point is,
Yeah.
it's fucking... It takes a lot out of you. You risk everything being robbed from you any second if you even tepidly show you care about it, you know? I can't... Stinky threatened Reyna and Jess. Imagine what another mayor of Night City could do. Or one of these supercorps. Fuck, imagine what Arasaka could do.
Well, those fuckers aren't going to have much of a presence in this city if I have anything to say about it.
That's the goal, right?
Hmm.
I just... The way I make things better, the way I change the stakes, like you said, it's gonna put a lot of targets on my back specifically. And I'm doing everything I can to keep them averted, but anyone who's known as close to me, anyone who's outed as close to me, there are gonna be big-ass targets on their back, too. And I can't protect everybody. The best thing I can do for them, the best thing I can do for her, is to watch over her, give her everything I can, and keep her as far away from me as possible, until things are better.
Well, and at this point, like, you do realize that a lot of this is also up to choice, right? Like, I chose to let you make your own choices.
I get
You
that.
chose. Someday she's gonna have to make her choice too.
Yeah. And maybe I'm gonna have to pay for that somewhere down the line. And if that's the case, then hey, I guess I cashed that check already. But right now, this is the best thing I can do for her. I hope when she's older, if things are better, maybe she'll understand and we can talk it out. If not, I guess I earned that too, huh?
Well, I'll keep in contact. If there's something you want to say to her, I can always pass it along.
I appreciate that.
But if you need me here,
You guys-
I'll stay here. It's not like I'm going anywhere.
I have never gone through a part of my life without you having my back. There is nothing a son could ever ask for more than to tell his mother that I'll take care of whatever she needs. When this is all over, you get whatever you want, girl, alright? I don't care.
Well then, guess you're stuck with me for a little bit longer.
Oh, the horror.
And yeah, I think that's a pretty good spot to sort of end that scene.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, we are going to take our quick 5-minute, 10-minute break. What do you guys think?
I think a 10 might be better, given that we're going to come back pretty hard, right?
Indeterminate
Yeah.
amount of time break.
Somewhere between 5 and 10, probably about 7. Let's go 7. 7 sound cool?
All right. We'll see y'all in 5 to 10 minutes.
Adios, my darlings.
Bye. I'm ready to go in if y'all are.
So wait, do I need to know why the raid is happening now, or is he going to explain
I'm
to
about
me?
to. I'm going to.
Guys, I'm
explain
sorry,
to
my
you
mic
in
broke. We're
this
back. My mic broke. We're back in right now. We're live right now. We're on
We're
camera.
already
Say
in.
hi.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Whose bright idea was
Hello,
that?
everybody. Oh no, his mic broke right as he was telling us.
I mean, hi.
We have
Hello.
headphones in. Oh no, we can't hear him. Oh no.
That was a
Anyways,
great. Go, 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 go.
how's it going? Anyways, so yeah, at the end of the break, these guys had a nice sort of relaxing, but then kind of emotional time talking about what's going to happen afterwards. And to be clear, that happened basically Monday of the third week, right at the beginning. Professional organization, exactly. So, Fox, that afternoon, you have a dinner planned with Red to sort of go over if this proposal, in more ways than one, that you've set up is going to happen. So it's actually pretty close to your apartment. It's sort of at the more northern end of the Watson development, and it's one of these super structures, these giant buildings that are big living quarters. And where you're living now is technically one of those as well. It's just the higher up you go, the more fancy they are. This one that you go to has a similar feel to that, but when you go to the front door, the sort of security guy looks at you and obviously automatically recognizes you. He's like, I believe you have dinner plans?
I do. Top floor, I was told, actually.
Right. Follow me. And he goes to where the elevators are, but you see that he actually he puts his like hand on the little chip reader, because all these security guards have like chips in their hands for this. And the elevator light like switches from a blue to a red, and it doesn't have any numbers anymore. It just takes a second and then slowly comes down. It's like, express elevator's the only way up there.
Ominous.
You say that, he's like, you don't know where you're going, do you?
I have no idea.
Huh. Well, it's the Don's Kitchen, named after him.
Oh.
Have a good time at St. Russo's, and elevator closes.
I should have asked if the Don was in. Oh, fuck. Okay.
You don't
All right.
recognize that name, by the way? There's not a history check you could do
Nope.
for that, so... you are, like... You can tell this elevator's a high-speed elevator almost immediately, in that it has that, like, sort of weird a gut-moving thing. Gut-moving, like, sensation.
Okay.
Of, tried to say gut punch, but that's not it. Of, like, something that's accelerating exactly the edge of comfortable tolerance. You're like, if this was even a little bit more, I feel like I'd start collapsing a bit. But you reach the top pretty quickly, and when the doors open, you see what looks like the most classic-looking, high-end, like, Italian restaurant you think you've ever seen. Like, when I say high-end Italian restaurant, it's everything you can think of, like, chandeliers, and there's, like, live music that is actually kind of, like, somewhere between homey and classical. The waiters are all in, like, the really nice, like, waiter tuxedo thing.
Oh, boy.
And you dress up well for this. You just maybe weren't 100% like, oh, this feels like it's black tie, and I'm maybe not.
Listen,
But,
when in doubt, bring the Obama tan out, all right? It's never failed me.
And yeah, as you exit the elevator, there is the waiter there, the garçon, I think is the technical term for it. Doesn't matter. Who's like, yes, Mr. Fox. I believe Red has her personal table prepared for you.
Wonderful. I'll just head right over.
Yep. He leads you, and it's like through this main dining area, and then it's like off to the side of the stage in a place that, like, because it is not the stage, you don't think most people will look. And like it's sort of just, it's not hidden, but it's kind of. And Red is in fact already there. She has a menu open, although you get the sense that she doesn't actually need to read it, and that she's just kind of casually looking through it as you arrive. And she doesn't stand up and say, the young suitor.
You flatter me, Red. This is over the top, literally.
Yes, it's started by my late husband.
So I'm not the first to the table. Tragic.
Yeah. Well, I've lived a long life. You should definitely try the risotto. It's quite good.
I don't even know what that is, but I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can order pretty quickly. And it seems like they're maybe making sure you have priority. You definitely get your food before someone else you saw seated. And there's other people here. You very quickly realize that several of them are like wealthy politicians or like people in the head of major corporations nearby. And like
Mm-hmm.
they're all pointedly not looking in your direction while you're seated with Red. They're like, nope.
You command a lot of respect around here, huh?
Yes, that's related to what I really wanted to ask you. I'm not one to beat around the bush. I've got a lot of various proposals from people over the years of sharing power and supporting each other, and some I take and some I don't. I think you're the first person in several decades to ask for my hand in marriage as part of it, and I just can't figure out why not a regular political alliance.
Would you accept that I'm just a drama queen?
That seems fair, possibly, for what people think of you, but I don't know that that's accurate to what you really are, Fox. I'm not one to be taken in by a veneer of just doing things because you can. You, I think, have a reason.
Of course I do. It's real simple, Red. I don't need you backstabbing me.
There's a sort of appreciative nod of like, okay, that doesn't really completely explain it, but that's closer.
I'll elaborate. You see, I can't make you go public. Excuse me. I can't make you go public. To do so would ruin everything that you do, and I like what you do the way that you do it. In fact, again, as we said, I want you to do it more. I can't make you go public, but I can tie your hands up just a little bit if I need to. What proposal does for me, specifically, is it keeps you, at least to the eyes of everyone who matters down here, and by down here I mean in the muck and shadows of Night City, it keeps you having to keep certain appearances around them. That gives you certain perks. It means none of them can fuck with you without disturbing one of the most powerful people in Night City. That's me, by the way. But on my end, it means every night I can go to bed, possibly even a bed with you in it, and know I won't wake up to someone's barrel facing my forehead. Unless you get down like that, because I'm kind of into that. That's cool, but you know.
She does also smile at that. So it's for the way other people will treat you, because it seems like you're worried they won't believe we're actually working together honestly otherwise.
Oh, I don't care if they believe it or not. I think they won't care. Contracts, agreements, things like that, handshakes, all those get broken around here. You know that. But I'm a fan of the old ties. Kind of like the way the Dawn does it, yeah? The old promises.
Yes. Yes, the late Dawn. Did I ever tell you about my late husband? She sort of picks up a wine glass. It's a red that almost perfectly matches like the dress she's wearing.
Oh, it's really hot. Fuck. Oh, God.
Like when I arrived here in Night City, I was a younger woman, married to the Don newly, who was assigned to bring Night City in line. The mob has always had an interesting history with Night City and how much it does or doesn't have control. He was the one who decided the Cards as a gang needed to exist to give the Mafia some plausible deniability, some distance, the way that corporations do. It was a smart plan, one that I had come up with, that he presented. And he couldn't stand it. He couldn't stand the lack of respect he got. And he demanded more and more. And eventually, it was in the way of the plans I needed to make. There's this very subtle smile, and I'll miss my late husband. Don Russo, but sometimes you do have to make sacrifices for power, and I think you'll understand that, considering the sudden absence of your child and, I guess, ex-wife now? Ex-fiance? Hard to say.
Yeah, I guess I get that. Huh. Yikes. So should I tell you how aroused I am now, or do we do that later? Is that like how we do that?
I think I'll say yes after this dinner. But I need to make it clear that this is not something I'm doing lightly, and that it was a difficult decision that I made when I broke off from the cards. There's a reason why they hate me. It's honestly a very good one, involving my late husband. So know that this title will protect you from others, and in a way it will protect you from me, up until the point where you become a problem. So
Baby
long as
girl,
we're clear.
Baby girl, I am everybody's problem. You should know that by now.
That I can believe. And then she raises a wine glass for like a toast.
Yeah. So, we on?
I think she nods, and a waiter comes out with like a fancy dessert that has like sparklers on it, and he starts like, congratulations to the happy couple, and slips you a ring very quickly, without people noticing. Red sort of stands up and gets closer to you, and like a very subtly whispers, is like, the people here are only allowed in if I have information on them. They are all involved with the kind of criminals that maybe don't run in your circles. And sort of leans in a bit. Are we going to give them a show? Let them know that they can't fuck with you?
Oh, baby, you know how I play. And yeah, Fox will just stand up and like dramatically sweep her into his arms and just like plant the fattest kiss he can on her. Just like very, very long, very dramatic, you know.
Several waiters are singing what sounds like an extremely like romantic song in Italian, which you don't speak, so you're like,
I don't fucking know Italian. Sounds good though.
You're like, that's some doc ass music, all right.
That sounds like some doc shit. I'm fucking with it.
But yeah, that's sort of like the scene of this political proposal.
Sweet.
And,
nailed it.
I think
I'm
that's
the best.
I think that's sort of the end of that scene there.
I'm with it. I'm here with that.
Yeah, I think you guys have like a few more days where you're sort of, should we do the raid yet? Should we not? Fox, you know that on this like Saturday, there is going to be this sort of groundbreaking ceremony isn't the right word, but like a completion ceremony of the first actual support beam and stop. I guess there's been beams, but the first stop in South Night City, and it's like right next to where you guys are. It's not technically finished, but it's finished enough that it can function, and so Stink Miner's having a rally, and you've kind of set up to also be there because, one, just politically it's good to show support for a thing that is inherently good for your area of town.
Yeah.
But you're also convinced that, like, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen then.
Yeah.
In fact, you get reports from Dion, and you get reports from several of his friends and contacts that, like, they're really not moving more stuff in or out of there, but they're getting testy. They seem like they know something's gonna happen.
They're ready to go.
Unless you guys wanted to do it a day or two early, but you also know, and I think Spider sort of makes this clear. He sort of has a conference call to you guys. It's like, so, you're gonna do this raid on the robot thing. How are we gonna make sure that you don't get attacked by TACSEC? Like, there's gonna be a lot of gunfire, I assume, from like what you described as how it happened last time, and we're not gonna be in the middle of the desert. Did you guys have a plan for that already, or can I pitch mine?
I mean, I was just gonna get him paid off, but if you got an idea.
Yeah, so, he being this chart guy, and this is like a VR call. It's like, so, and he puts up a chart. It's like, this is how many times they get called and to where. And you see that very tiny number for South Night City?
Mm-hmm.
Presses on that and it puts it over dates. Every single one of these times, it's definitely been Snake Miner who called him, like 100%. I don't think they actually respond to calls from anybody else in here. They don't work for him, but like, they don't take calls unless someone important tells them to.
So if we hold Stinky up, they probably don't get called.
Yes, but he could call them in the middle, which is why I have done this. And he puts up a schematic. It's like, so remember that like thing that was under my base and basically made it so I couldn't do anything about it, the robot factory?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was a solid piece of metal slag when I brought it back, but it's still a metal slag with the metal bits in the right pieces, so it's taken me a bit, but I think I can kind of, a little bit, recreate what it did, which is basically no signals get in, no signals get out. It'll effectively make everyone at that rally 100% unable to get or send out calls of any kind, or any kind of signal. It's some really ingenious Faraday. He starts going on some nerd shit about it. It's like a portable Faraday cage that can be projected out, and Lynx, you're probably like, oh, that's so cool. You're like,
Lynx just immediately.
Fox, you're like, magic box, cool.
Oh yeah, Fox is like, cool, magic box. Okay, alright.
It means people can't fuck with the robots.
I got that. More importantly, that means we have to go during this rally, right? I'll hold Stinky up
unless
there.
there's...
You all can hit the rally, can hit the factory, and we put up whatever magic box stops the signals from going out, either at the factory, or more importantly, to make it more safe, do it at the rally.
Do it at the rally. This thing will fit in your pocket, actually. He puts it to scale. It's not going to have the same range as that one did, and it's not as mobile, and it doesn't do all the other fun stuff, but
Oh, that's all right.
the signal stopping thing, the magic box, you can have it fit in your pocket. It'll be fine.
Oh, that's all right.
That just means, though, that
I will be right
you're going to
next
have to
Stinky the whole
gauge when
time.
you... Exactly. But you're going to have to decide when to break it so we can contact you, and that's just going to kind of be a guess.
I'll break it when all the dust settles, but it sounds like
Yeah, I'm going to...
you all gonna hit this factory, and depending on how many forces y'all have left to rally, maybe come hit that rally right afterwards.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe when he finds out that he doesn't have the robot AI backup stuff, he might decide to cancel whatever he's gonna do. Spider says in a hopeful way.
Nah, Stinky's not that. When he knows he's cornered like that, he'll get desperate. He's like me like that. When it all settles, he'll do something at that rally. When you're all said and done and you're all packed up there, head to me immediately. I'll break the box as soon as I feel like it's safe. And if things even aren't settled there, even if you haven't heard from me, rally whoever you can, hit the rally. Whatever you're gonna do there, whether it's just cause havoc or take out Stinky security, I don't really give a damn. The point of the matter is, Jonathan Stigmartin does not leave that rally alive.
That's for you two, other players in this call.
Well, maybe wait for us to drag his name through the mud first before we dispose of him.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, in that case, why not do that at the rally too? We got bugs everywhere, right? If you get your hard evidence, if I can see you guys at the rally arriving, I'll break the box so you guys can get contact in. You stream whatever signals we have, or whatever info we have, we stream it live at the rally. I'll capitalize on it with some fancy speech. We turn Johnny the Boy running, and once he thinks he's gotten away, once he thinks he's safe in some little hole, I'll flush him the fuck out.
Lynx is gonna pull off her camo jacket,
Mhm.
and then reprogram it. It's like this, and like there's just like a flashing neon like blue, purple, like
Sign.
pink, giant like triangle. You see this? We're there.
Got it.
Then I think that's sort of the end of that scene. And
There
I would
is
like to...
one left to do,
Oh,
though.
sorry.
Just so we know
Alright.
if things fuck up or the worst happens.
Mm.
If I break that box and you all tap in and don't hear anything from me, I'm dead.
It's always been a risk.
Just making sure you guys know. I'm sending y'all all the help I can get. I met that Netrunner. He's a scary dude, or not dude. Didn't really make that clear. I don't know. But they're good. They'll back you up. And Doc, as far as you on the ground, I got all my cousins and folks backing you up there. You guys have all the help that I can get, but me, I'm cut off in there for a bit. Do good work, all right?
Try to survive until we get back.
Nah, it's me. Nothing's killed me yet.
Caveat on yet. Better be there.
I'll be there one way or another.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
just
that's
go.
a good place to end that scene, and then it is now the day of the rally.
Rally time.
Fox, you kind of get there early, and because this is like midday, you get there early, and there's like security, and you can see Stink Miner's already set up, and there's like this sort of drop cloth setup, like held by drones around the whole station, as like a big reveal at the end of the thing. But in the meantime, and maybe we can set up the main map for that, change the overlay real quick.
I'm on it. Tell me when to trigger it right now.
Yeah, go for it.
Triggered. We are officially moved over onto the other overlay. Yeah, we trying that out now,
Yeah.
folks. We got 2 overlays now. One for heavy RP, one for combat shit. Fuck with it. Let us know how you feel about it.
But yeah, Doc, you meet up with Fox's cousins, and the one that you sort of talk to first is named Hiki. He's like a younger guy. He's got like a lot of well, I guess Fox, you can describe him real quick if you'd like.
Yeah, so Hiki's it's a little shorter than most, but he's decently built stock. He's like, 5'6", 5'5"-ish. Darker skinned, but definitely covered in a lot of like really colorful tattoos that kind of give his skin a kind of very vibrant texture to him. Has a couple piercings over his
Cyberpunk,
eyebrows.
they possibly hologram tattoos and stuff too to just
Oh,
give
yeah.
it an extra pop.
A lot of them are kind of like Tamoko and different ceremonial Maori tattoos that kind of give different symbology. So a lot of them will probably be like moving across the different symbols to kind of like show the story they tell directly. But he's overall just like the kind of person who like looks like the kind of person who like is down to have a really good time. Has a kind of a bit of a dad bod, a bit of a belly, but like pretty well muscled. But the kind of person where it's like if you pissed him off, he'd like hit you once and like your whole spine would shatter, and you'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Doc, you meet up with them like about here-ish, between South Night City and the old combat zone. And yeah, they have just some junkyard sort of space that normally just has chain link fences that they put boards around as they just start setting up all their gear. And you have a chance to, I guess, like be a little tactical with them and say, all right, here's the plan. You've managed to get kind of a layout of this facility, although for the purposes of this, it's mostly just looks like some old warehouse factory type deal. They've not really got what looks like a lot of physical defenses, but you don't know anything inside the front door, so that's about that. Lynx, you meet up with a netrunner named Tyler Smith, who they are wearing a nice suit, like a pure black suit that like black tie, black shirt, looks very stylish and is like this extremely sort of androgynous person that you think is the most nondescript looking human being you have ever seen in your life. Like, they look like an impression of a person in that there's just like not a lot of details. Nothing really stands out except for like their nice fashion sense. And they sort of greet you in this extremely professional manner of like, you're Lynx? And you're meeting in sort of the San Domingo area here in Haywood.
Lynx will offer a hand and be like, call me Scath.
Your work. And you can tell that's not really a judgment or a compliment. It's just like, yep, that's the thing. You're taking point. I'm here to support.
Well then. Guess hoping we don't get shot at, eh?
That's generally the goal.
Alright.
So, how do you guys want to approach this?
Let's see. If we can get Doc to make, let's say, a bit of a ruckus around the other area, but is careful about the robots, then Lynx and Tyler can sneak in a little bit more effectively on the other side.
Hiki makes a really big smile. So we banged the front door.
Yes. Yes. I hope you brought some explosives.
Do we ever? He looks over and a couple of them just have like some dead packs set up.
Be careful.
Then,
Those robots are pretty tough.
He just pounds his chest a bit. You seen us yet?
Yeah, so you guys end the call, and what I'll need then is for Doc, if you want to be right up next to the front door, you're gonna have to roll stealth. But otherwise, I'm gonna need our Foxy playing Hiki here to roll me some stealth for this.
All right. So you said they're on 515 for any of these people I'm playing, or 415. You said use the
yeah, 415 where you're just
security
using
officer.
the
Okay, cool.
yeah.
For stealth, do they have any stealth skill? They have stealth 6. So I add. What do I add? 6 and then 4. So I add 10 to any stealth roll. Okay, cool. So I got d6 plus 10. Okay, so here's d6. D10. That's a 3 plus 10 is a 13.
All right. So yeah, Doc, you see these guys. Several of them sort of sneak up to the front door. Are you next to them, or are you like at a distance with a rifle?
I'm gonna hang back and give them cover with the sniper rifle.
Okay, so yeah, you're seeing them through the scope, and they get up close, and you see them manage to put the explosives on the door. And it's about that moment that before the two who are putting it are clear, Hiki's not the one actively setting it up. You actually see the doors blast open, and there's already a firefight going. I'm gonna need everybody to roll me initiative because 13 isn't high enough.
Hell yeah! Let's get to it. What do
I need
get
to open
as
the initiative tracker real
I
quick.
don't actually know what they get as a bonus for initiative. I have no fucking idea. Is it just like D10 plus your reflex or whatever?
I believe so.
Okay, cool. So then it's.
Damn it.
You did better than Lynx.
I guess this would be
Wait, why am I
D10
not-
plus 6 or. Yeah.
Fox, just roll your regular initiative for me real quick.
Cool, cause
I saw a red number and I
that's
thought I
better.
rolled a 1 for a sec.
I got a 10.
I also need to. Y'all aren't gonna see your initiatives so much because they're through several pages, but it is there. Don't worry about it. Gotta add turns.
I think it's D10 plus reflex, right?
Yeah.
Or move.
Yes. Doc, if you already rolled, I'll just add that in there, but it was 12 or 13. 13.
13. Yeah. I was trying to get it into the tracker
I got.
Yeah,
my
I
10.
hadn't added the
Oh, but I guess my
tracker
tokens-
yet.
thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be the thing is that everyone's token are between several maps, so. Let's add a turn. Add a turn. And add a turn. All right. Then Lynx, you got 8. Come on. I have rolled. Tyler got it. And I just got to add one more person. Sorry, guys. Taking a second.
Take your time. You got it. You should get some combat music up when you have time.
It will in just a second.
You got it, boss. Take your time.
That was a noise.
It sure was. It was definitely a noise. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, first thing that happens is Doc, you actually go first. So the doors blow open, and there are several robots already coming out. Guns not yet at the ready. They're looking for something. But there's definitely a lot of targets, and they're about to draw and shoot.
Okay. I take aim at I guess whichever one seems to be
Yeah,
the
this is
most...
going to be theater of the mind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whichever one is the most close to being ready to shoot, and I fire with the sniper rifle.
Yeah, we're going to say this is just within, like, the best range of your gun. Right now, you've placed yourself on the door for that on purpose.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure 16 beats the minimum difficulty check for a for sniper rifle.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, you just blast one of these things in the head and therefore save one of your guys. Effectively, when you do well on a roll for this, you're either going to recover from a... Yeah,
Ignore the
16,
roll.
15 manages.
Yeah.
Yeah, these robots are pretty mook-ish in that you obliterate one instantly, effectively covering for a bad stealth roll. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the
And then
one
what we're gonna do.
Yeah, the one you say
Right.
definitely like looks back over at wherever you're at, kind of just like throws like a quick salute in your direction. Very happy you just saved his life.
Uh,
Well, I'm a doctor. That's what I do.
so just to see, Lynx, you effectively use this
Oh,
moment
shit.
to run to the front door and immediately find a node like right inside of it and jack into this big empty space, but you can't really interact with it yet. We'll get to that in a second.
We in the motherfucking Matrix now.
Yeah, I made a real good net running map that I really should have done a long time ago, chat.
We out here. Let's do it.
So anyways, first though, Kiki, and I guess all of like the assault people, you have a chance to do something.
Let's fucking go.
Make a roll of some kind as Doc does cover one attack and manage to save the people at the front door, but the explosives are not yet set up. Like, I guess they're set up, but they haven't yet been detonated. So that's what you got.
Can we just roll auto fire just to put up a hail of bullets, start fucking getting into these fucking assholes?
Absolutely.
All right, so it's be plus 12 to this D10 right here. I don't know what I have to roll, but I rolled a 1. I'm gonna blow a fate point if that's or a luck point. These things don't have any luck points actually. Can I blow one of Fox's luck points?
Yeah, we'll say that's what you're doing here.
Cool, got it. So here comes
They're
that
borrowing
roll.
Fox's luck.
That roll again. And we love when that happens. That's a 6 plus 1, that's 7 plus the 12. 7 plus 12 is a number that I know in my
19.
head. Thank you, Michelle.
19.
19!
All right, I do need to have these DVs up, and I always forget to do that.
Listen, I don't fucking know how to auto fire. I got this fucking pistol I usually be using, you know?
Yeah, so I think that because this is like a whole group of people, several of the ones in the back do not open fire, but the ones that were just a step behind the guys with the explosives immediately are like, oh, we gotta make sure that front door gets blocked up real fast and just starts unloading. You can see that the robots that stepped through, there were already several behind them. They're about to just like straight up like Attack of the Clones, just layers of them coming out. And they start trying to jam up the door with these bullets. So you are currently gaining an advantage at this.
Cool. Love that.
So Lynx, you are in this space that, again, is very much like what Oryx set up. There's just sort of empty, unformatted net space here. And for a moment, you don't... All you see are these nodes in the back that you assume are to control the robots. All these nodes in the back here on the top right and left to control these robots. However, just before you can act, a doorway opens up, blocking you off. It just sort of a wall appears between you and the nodes, and now you don't know what's on the other side of it. Oryx looks around and is like, yep, he's here. And you are almost blindsided by what looks like just torrents of multiple attacks, multiple programs, and code that starts sort of pouring out over this wall in a way that you can't really describe, like it just sort of phases through, and Oryx himself sort of just raises a hand, and a similar torrent of various programs that you can only kind of identify between shields and flak jackets and armor and things sort of fly up and occupy all of them. You see his physical body strain a bit, and he's like, I can hold off most of what he does, but I think he's got more processing power than I do. You're going to have to handle a little bit on your own. And so, yeah, Tyler is going to follow your lead, so mostly they're actually going after you, but what do you do?
All right. So Lynx is going to start by installing a couple of programs. So she's going to take, I guess, like 3 of her actions to immediately install Sia, armor and flak, and then use her 4th action to do a pathfinding check.
Yeah, roll that pathfinding.
All right, so it's this plus a 5, so that's a 17.
Ooh.
17. You see through this door, and I'm gonna have to move the camera up a little bit there, Fox, real quick.
I'm on it.
As you pathfind, you can tell there's something on the other side, and in a moment you get to see as if the wall is not there anymore. As yeah.
That's it, Tate. You win. Your campaign's better. You got it. You got it, boss. I give up. I quit, bro. You got it. I'm done. You got it. I'm done, dog. Fuck.
And I'm going to...
Oh, man.
And you can also see sort of in front of this door, or like on the other side of it, you roll a high enough pathfinding check that he seems to have already prepared a program that will trigger when you go through it. But you do think that if you can, whoever goes through, if they can roll a high enough slide check, that they'll be able to avoid it. Or just take it and hope they have a high enough interface to beat it.
All right.
I'm very proud, actually, of the very neon effect of all of these. It was real fun to do in Photoshop.
Well done.
Not gonna
I'm
lie.
proud of you.
Lynx is gonna turn to Tyler and be like, "Looks like there's a trap up ahead. Better prep for it."
Yeah, Fox, I guess you're also kind of controlling Tyler.
Yep.
Just a little, who's not really gonna talk much.
Got it.
Just to give you a heads up as to how this best works is, you're gonna want to put in any of like the defensive programs in first before moving the way that Lynx did.
Yep. All right, I got it. So, I'm gonna do. Tyler will take his first action to install Eraser. So that increases my my cloak checks made by 2. I don't know if that helps, but I'm gonna assume it does.
It could. Future.
Then I'm gonna install Shield, and then he'll imply that he's gonna try to draw out the the program that's like right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, sort of looking at that program behind the door, can I throw a program at that thing?
I'm gonna say because you know it exists, even if you don't see it. Yes, that Lynx effectively sends you like. It's like file location.
Cool.
To be like, I can send an attack program there.
Cool, got it. I'm gonna see if I can swing it with a Hellbolt.
Alrighty.
So I guess I gotta roll net
Okay, you
running.
roll your interface.
So that's a D10 plus 6 for him, right?
Yep, and then I believe Hellbolt has a plus to hit
2 because it's an attack.
in the attack
It's an
category.
yeah.
So yeah, it'll be a +8.
All right, so D10 plus 8.
Yep.
Mama, am I good at net running? I guess not.
Whoop. Yeah, so you, well, I mean, you do better than the program trying to defend against it. So this program in the door, you just sort of blind fire. What does Hellbolt look like for someone who's very nondescript?
It's basically just like, effectively just like 2 very thin streams. It's almost like, Darkseid from DC Comics? Like the Omega,
Yeah.
the Omega beams or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like those. It's just two of those just like shoot out from like his hand, just like start like arcing around in very specific angles. They like come around the door, just like zap right into this thing. That's how I imagine it looks.
Okay. Yeah. So you don't see it, but Lynx, you do. You see that these bolts just kind of go through this door around the corner, like just pull a perfect right-hand turn or left-hand turn, and just, boom, and the program is gone. Oryx can do one thing, basically a program you have, or can make one piece of architecture because Doc and the assault team has rolled well enough that he has an extra action to spare.
Hit him.
All right.
Or I don't
Good
know.
question.
You know better. You're a net runner. Keep going.
I think what Lynx is going to ask Oryx to do is to essentially create a new piece of architecture on the on our side of the wall.
Yeah. What kind? Like a door, a wall?
Let's go with a door.
Okay, so yeah, he basically looks at this wall, and you're like, I need a door. He looks at it and is like, well, I could make a whole new wall, but what if I just... And he... I just need this thing to... makes a door on the other side, so now this Musk AI is going to have to beat his pathfinding to get through it.
Nice.
Cool.
Which is alright.
Oof.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah, this door
okay.
happens and you can see through it, Lynx, as it goes sort of around the horse, and you can only see a vague shape of a human face from the other side because you're not really seeing it in the same sense. When he ends up using one of his actions to roll through and pathfind this door, and he's suddenly on this side, and it's... You've been seeing some photos of this guy as part of your research, and it's not the CEO that made this AI. You can tell, much like the copies of Oryx, that this AI has been patching themselves with other bits of code, but maybe hasn't made the wisest choices in that there's just this mass of digital sort of neon for its shape. You can get glimpses of its code, and a lot of it seems like it's kind of junk and doesn't make sense, at least behind a firewall, or like it's just kind of rambling. And ultimately, it results in this figure that is almost the... It's like a newspaper collage of different bits of visual architecture and code that makes the shape of a person. And instead of like a human conversation, this thing steps through and says, "Query, what do you think you are doing?" And immediately launches again a torrent of assaults that Oryx is kind of holding back, but he gets 4 of them through. And basically, I'm going to need you guys to both roll me interface twice as sort of these vague shapes of light that are maybe sword-like fly at you.
Is this a non-black ice attack?
Yes.
I turned the
He's
first
throwing
wheel to
programs
0.
Same.
Yep, you still want to roll interface in case you just pass anyways.
Yep, I got you. I'm gonna do that. Here comes the D10. I got a 7.
This guy's rolling a lot better than I
good
am.
roll.
7 plus my 6. So that's
Way better.
that's 13. I got 13.
Yep. You're gonna have to roll one more though, because there's 2 attacks.
Here it comes. That's not as good. That's 9.
So what was the first one?
13.
13. All right. So all of these attacks hit you guys actually,
Oh.
as all these swords fly at you. Lynx, you don't recognize actually technically the program he is using. It's like sword, but not exactly. Like they've kind of made an approximation of it.
I am so glad Lynx is wearing flak.
Yeah, you both take 11 damage from the second attack because you both nullify the first one.
Okay.
Says is the I'm sorry, is the second attack non-black ice?
It is non-black ice.
Okay.
So how do I like?
How does okay that
Do I just lose that
I'm a
for my
little
health-
confused
my
because
hit points?
as long as the program is as long as Flak remains like rezzed, then we take 0.
Yeah, you reduce it. Oh, okay. I thought it just reduces the damage. But yeah, I'm just
It
saying
says
he
it reduces
deals
the
that
attack
damage
while
to
not in
whether
black.
you.
Yeah, to 0 as long as it remains res. So unless he is attacking the program.
No, he attacks you and he notices your program deflected. I'm just saying that's what the second one does. Because
Got
you
it.
do shield for the first one, right? The shield protects you.
Well,
first
I
one.
have shield up for the first one.
I have armor, so
Okay.
brain damage was reduced by 9.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I guess then it's only Tyler who only has shield up and not flak jacket.
Yep.
You do take that 11 damage for the second one.
Cool.
But
So
Lynx, you're fine.
So to his hit points.
Yes.
All right, cool. So those drop to he has 29 left.
Yeah, Lynx, you see this professional maybe wasn't ready for like combat as much as they thought they were.
Look, they didn't give me a defensive
Maybe
program
this-
besides shield. Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyways, that's sort of their actions before they then wave their arms and sort of delete, or like they wave their arms and Lynx, you get the sense that there's new architecture in the back somewhere, but you're not sure where.
Got it. All right.
Tyler will just turn back and just say, "I have worm. I can try to push through if you want me to get through the wall. Try to get at the nodes."
We should be able to get through the wall. It's the Lynx is just not sure about like the architecture behind it.
Then most of my attacks or most of my programs are offensive. I'll just hit him. You go through.
Be careful. And it's like, and Lynx is gonna ask him to, or I guess, is Lynx gonna go first, or does Tyler go first?
Lynx can go first. This is because the three of you rolled together, but Lynx isn't going quite yet.
Got it.
Because first, Doc and Hiki, there are robots pouring out of this building, but Lynx, you can probably send them a message and be like, if you need a distraction or something. But you are pretty sure she's going to need more of a distraction than just this. So, what you gonna do?
Oh, do you tell Hiki you need more of a distraction?
I mean, Hiki can just assume that, I think.
Oh, well then he's like, all right, then it's time to get serious. So yeah, he has like his assault rifle up. He's like pouring in, like but he'll like look at the second wave. He'll like shoulder his assault rifle. He'll draw. It's like a shock mace, but it's kind of like shaped like a club with like bits of obsidian on the side of it. He draws it high and points it forward, and a bunch of them just like draw similar melee weapons and just go pouring into the breach to start to like hacking at these robots, like just really pouring at them in the melee. So I'll happily roll that if you want me to roll some melee weapon.
Yeah, roll some melee weapon.
Here's a D10 plus 10. That's 16.
Okay.
You gotta.
Oh no!
So yeah, they rush in and start trying to hack at these robots, and they seem to be built pretty sturdy. Several of them do fall because they're still going to move, but they don't really stem the tide much, unless Doc can think of something interesting to do to help with that.
I can, in fact, because it just so happens I have incendiary rounds on me.
Oh.
And it might stem the tide of these robots a bit if some of them were on fire.
Entirely fair.
So I'm going to load an incendiary round into my sniper rifle and take aim at whatever the centermost robot is.
Yeah.
Let
Let's
it
roll
go.
that thing first and see what goes.
18.
Whoa, not bad.
Yeah, I think because you're at optimal range, 18 is high enough that you, Doc, you take aim at you know enough about robots to be like, I could aim for its head, but actually these things have their cooling air intake in their chest, and so you aim for the lead one's chest, and this bullet rips through it and lights it on fire, and actually lights the one behind it on fire, and a robot can ignore its head being on fire, but not the coolant system it has suddenly being extremely hot. And several of them sort of stop what they're doing to do that, and it lets the fighters, the frontline fighters, just sort of hack limbs and heads off, giving them the
Nice.
extra points to make it through.
Nice.
Alright, so that's my action.
Good shit, Doc.
Okay. So, Lynx and Tyler, you see like this Musk AI's face like jerk to the side in thought at this moment, and you know that he's gonna have a little less that he can do against you this time.
All right.
I'll hit him now.
It's like,
If there's no order of operations, Tyler can go first because technically Tyler rolled better, but
yeah. I mean, Lynx is like, you okay playing distraction for a bit?
Not a problem.
All right. And Lynx is actually going to activate follow me.
okay. So, yeah, you're still gonna roll an attack, but basically they have to beat that, I believe.
Got it.
Every time they want to do something other than that.
So Lynx is going to place this follow me on Tyler.
Impressive program.
And then
Suddenly, Tyler is lit up like a freaking Christmas tree, and you can just sort of see everything around that is sort of fuzzed. Not just in a visual sense, but also there's like a lot of junk code between whatever you're doing and whatever someone is trying to see you doing, if that makes sense.
Lynx is then going to like run a quick pathfinding check on just what's through the door. So 15 plus 5 is a 20.
Whoa.
Yeah, I just gotta...
Big money. Shout out to the
Yeah,
music team,
they-
by the way.
Right? Stereoscape does some shit. So
Oh,
yeah,
I
you
things
see
on the
that
map.
they set up another wall, and that he has created and placed a black ice of some kind on the other side, although you're not sure what. Not because you can't see it, but because, again, it's like this... It's like the AI has just remade everything from scratch, so none of it is following conventions.
Got it. What Lynx is next going to try to do is try to slide past the Musk AI into this.
Wait, let me hit him
Also
first.
to be clear,
All right.
also to be clear, the Musk AI is still like a net runner. You don't really have to slide past them the same way you do have to slide against a black ice.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
let me hit him
so
first.
Go for it.
All right. So the Tyler will first reinstall shield because he's sure he's gonna get hit next. So he's gonna do that first. Then first thing he's gonna do is hit this guy with. I guess I'll start with the. You know what? No, we'll start with the big guns. Hold on. I'm gonna hit him with deck crash. I'm gonna try deck crash him. So here comes that. D10 plus my, so that's 14. Beats me.
Beats it.
Damn.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say that's not a rule here. Meets it, beats it.
Hey.
Sort of
Okay.
thing. It's a D&D rule, so yeah, I'm gonna
That's
say roll that damage.
Fuck yeah. So deck crash actually doesn't do damage. Enemy netrunner is forcibly unsafely jacked out of his architecture, suffering the effect of all res enemy black ice they encounter in the architecture as they leave.
Yeah.
We don't have any of those, so they
So-
just get jacked out. He just
Yeah.
gets popped out for a bit.
So kind of what happens is, Tyler, you see this massive AI, and you're 100% sure that there's no way I could mess with this, but Oryx is actively, like, kind of as a program in his face. Again, distance means nothing. And so you'd see an opening just in these attacks, and you go, no. And you just tell him to leave, and you're actually surprised that it ends up working. You were sure it wasn't, but suddenly Musk is temporarily gone. Just suddenly, whoop, nothing in the space.
All right. The next thing.
You know he can jack in again on his own, but it is going to waste his actions next turn, so he attacks everyone else less.
The next thing Tyler wants to do is I assume you can handle that black ice beyond.
Need some help. But Lynx is actually going to take this opportunity to go to the door that Oryx just made. And be like, hey bro, can you modify the password on this again?
He's absolutely on it.
Alright, and then Lynx is going to plant a copy of the trap program in the door while
Okay.
he's modifying it.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
yeah, so
then.
he sets up a new password, so he has to. So the Musk AI is going to have to do this again. And then yeah, you as best as you can set this trap, and it just has like sort of your maximum 1d10 roll plus stats that he's gonna have to beat when he goes through this door, as long as he doesn't see it.
Okay, that's a 17. So, and then Lynx is going to slide, try to like, oddly, like, instead of like guns blazing, she's going to try and like sneak up to the door where the black ice is, and then just toss a banhammer at it.
Oh, also
You're gonna
Tyler's-
have to
Tyler's gonna hold
backdoor
his-
through it.
Yeah, Tyler's gonna hold his last action as a hellbolt for when AI Elon Musk gets back in his sight.
Got it.
You're
So,
right.
like, gonna try and backdoor. 14.
14 is gonna make it, yeah.
Boop.
Also, you have bonuses to backdoor, I thought, because of programs. But anyways,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, Lynx might have to install those. And her worm is a +5 to that, so that would technically be a 15. Or sorry, not a
yeah,
19.
you a 14 still is making it through only barely, and so yeah, you backdoor through it without stepping through, so you just know the password, and then as soon as you know the password, you can fire a blast right at this thing.
Got it. Lynx is going to then swing the banhammer.
Motherfucker, get banned.
That's a 14 because it's a +1 to the attack roll. Oof.
Mm.
Yeah, that thing does. Yeah, roll that damage.
That's a 3d. Is it? Wait, that's black ice, right?
This is the black ice, yeah.
All right, it's a 2d6. Let's roll it. Ooh,
Not bad.
that's an 8.
So
62.
yeah, so you're sure that this thing is vaguely animal shaped, and if it were like any of the other black ice you're familiar with, it would still be functioning. But the second you hit this, it doesn't die, but you can feel parts of like its logic algorithm just sort of disconnect, and as you sort of step through, it doesn't do anything to you. In fact, you can tell it's just gonna like sit there and not do anything until it gets uninstalled again. Because this thing is not really well built.
Rush job, huh? Ugh.
You can step through, and now you are in the room next to all of these nodes.
All right. I think Lynx used up all of her actions unless there's something else.
I think what happens though is Oryx, without actually talking to Tyler, just kind of moves everyone up here suddenly.
Oh, okay.
Just like grabs it, like whoop. It's like we don't want to be in that room.
Okay.
I promise. And then you do see more architecture set up. A room sort of just appears. Sorry, I need to going between all these layers.
You got time, boss. Take your time.
Nope, stop that.
Oop.
Oh.
It just
There
sort
it
of
is. Brand new
appears
room.
down there. It does have a another door here,
Place has got more room
but
for
you
Fox's
can tell it's
apartment.
not. But it's not locked. It's more just he put a room at the very base of this architecture, which ends up being a good idea because at the top of the round, you can see AI Elon Musk sort of just enter the infrastructure.
Oh, I can
inside that room.
see him?
You can see him from here. Yep.
So since I see him, does my held action pop?
Yep.
Hellbolt, bitch!
Roll that interface.
D10 plus 6. That's a
Plus
crit!
2.
You got me!
+2.
Yeah,
Don't forget,
roll another D10.
because Hellbolt is a +2 to your attack roll.
Okay, so that's I beat him by a lot.
You beat him by so much.
Yeah, so here comes the
So
damage.
yeah, Elon Musk sort of materializes bit by bit, but like extremely quickly, like some child putting together a Lego set. And bright red blast just straight at him.
Hey, so he counts as a net runner, right?
Yeah.
So unless his cyber deck is insulated, it catches fire.
So yeah, Tyler was not there for the conversation, and they're probably like, wonder if he has a cyber deck and if it is isolated. Lynx, you're pretty sure that as the Elon AI does like take damage but doesn't seem too bothered, that you assume whatever hardware it is on is shielded, but it does still do some damage.
Then I'm gonna roll that damage if you'll stand by. Here comes 2d6
Ye.
of DiMaggio. At 6. Oh, do I?
So yeah,
Let's see. Do I add it to the damage? No, you're fine. Go ahead.
so yeah, you blast him, and he doesn't look happy about it. Especially because you can see him like step in. Oh, I need to layers. You see him like step in, and then out, and then try and get to you guys, but now has to do another interface thing as a second trap procs. What do you get?
We like low rolls.
12.
Not gonna be enough. Yeah. So what does the fork bomb look like, Lynx?
So the fork bomb is like, so in this iteration as a trap, it kind of just looks like a little bit of like a sticky bomb, right? Just like attached to the to the doorway, right? Like just like a little sticker with a smiley face.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. So then it just like explodes in like a plastique explosion, or
it explodes into a bunch of like this really
Forks.
cartoony like.
Forks.
Yeah, but like cartoon forks. Like, have you ever seen like those comically large
Yes.
like forks that are like very like inflated like plasticky forks, and they just multiply. It's like if you guys remember what is it, like Harry Potter when they touched the goblet and it just like kept like duplicating itself. That's what it looks like, except with forks.
yeah, this thing like explodes and all into these oddly iconically simple looking forks. The ones that hit like walls and floor just kind of evaporate, but one or two stick into this Musk AI, and they're like stuck there visually as you know the code is, and he like goes to touch it, and as soon as he touches one of the forks, it duplicates inside his body, and he stops doing that immediately, and he now has one stack of forks slowing him down.
One stack of forks.
Doc, you and the assault force have made it in the doorway, and you can get in there. You see this big sort of factory facility that is still actively building robots, and you're mostly in like the sort of shipping area, as several of them are being packed into crates, although they would be if they aren't actively starting to get out and run to get weapons, as there's actually not as much of a currently armed robot force, but you know if you let them go to get weapons, which you can see in a rack nearby, that things are going to get messy real quick. So, yeah, Hiki and Doc, what you going to do about that?
Yeah, I think
I think we're moved to intercept them.
Yep.
What do you think, Kiki?
Not a problem. And I think the ones who have the jetpacks, who haven't blown them because they were on the walls,
Yeah.
could they put them en route to intercept these ones that are coming in?
Yeah. I think that they kind of grabbed them when everyone got in anyways through the front door. But that is going to be, let's say, a melee weapons attack.
I got
to
it.
Run in and place it in the right spot very quickly.
Here comes a D10 plus 10. Oh, that's not good. I'm going to blow luck point. So Fox has 5 left. I'm fine with that. Slightly better. That's 14.
15, technically.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
15.
So they run in, and without having time to like set it up exactly, I think both of them just pull like knives from their belt and stab it into like the side of this room that several robots have filed into already. Several are being like shot at and kept out off their space, but they're like, no, we need to break the room that the guns are in. And Doc, you can tell that they're not gonna get clear of the blast in time if they spend the time to set the detonators correctly. So if you have a way to maybe help that, but robots are going to come out with guns before they can do anything about it without your help.
Do the two of them seem aware that they won't make it out of the blast in time?
Yeah, they're about ready to, if you want them to just say, "No, we'll die for this."
Yeah, that's basically where they're at. They're just like, yeah, that's fine. Like
But Doc, if you got a solution.
Okay, so they're setting the bombs and there's robots coming
there's a door
forward.
to the right. Yeah, there's a door to the right and a room with all the weapons. 2 robots are in there already, and there's people firing at the rest to keep them out. And then they have the explosives on the side of this room right now. But
Okay. Against my
feel
better
free to ask other
judgment,
questions. Mm-hmm.
I will take aim at, or try and hold off the robots by pulling out my assault rifle
Mm-hmm.
and attempting an auto fire roll.
You got it, I believe.
And I am not good at autofire.
I believe.
Alright, and just to be on the safe side, I'm going to cash in the +2 that Ollie gave me.
Aw, hell yeah. Thanks,
Yay,
Ollie.
Get a +2.
Thanks, Ollie.
Which is good because unless you want to be basically out the front door, this is about a 15 to get this. So yeah.
Nice. Nailed it.
Alright.
Thanks, Ollie.
So yeah, you
So
just sort of lay down some fire and it.
So does that give the people more time?
Yeah, you lay down fire. It's a lot of the robots heading towards them, mostly to give them a little extra time to set up detonators correctly and run. Several robots come out and do fire at them, and you think some people are now injured as the ones with guns start really shooting up. But they are right in the doorway at that distance when these two packs of plastique just explode, shattering robot parts and gun bits just everywhere. But several people are injured now, both from the fire and from the debris of that, as people are clear to survive, but not really what you would consider minimum safe distance.
Life is a conquest,
Like
friend.
my
We fight
internet
on.
was gonna do some work next round.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so it is now Tyler Oryx Lynx as, the Elon Musk AI did stop there, and it seems like has added a program in front of them, so you assume they have some kind of armor, but that's it. That's all they got.
All right, well, let's start seeing what that armor is looking like. Let's crack it with the Hellbolt first off. Here comes that interface check. That's a 7 plus 6 is a number, which I get the +2 from that. 7 and 6 is one less than 14. It's not enough.
Yeah. You blast at him, and he just sort of dissipates in a weird way, so it just flies right past him.
Alright, fuck this. Deck crash again.
Yeah.
Do I want to luck point it? Yeah, fuck it. Damn it, I got worse.
Nope, you launch 2 of those. You have 1 more action you can do something with.
I guess I'm gonna try to deck crash him again. Fuck it. I still got shield up, so. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah!
Crit.
Hey, roll again.
Get at me!
Bye!
Bye!
Yeah,
Get
so
out! Bye!
This AI that, like, Tyler, you were warned by Foxy that, like, hey, this is going to be a dangerous thing. You're starting to wonder if Fox didn't quite understand exactly how dangerous this was, because you see this thing launching like dozens of programs, and you're only saved by your own, you assume now, AI friend, as this thing is looking right at you, walking through doors, no-selling a bunch of defenses, and then you desperately throw out several attacks, and the last one, you just watch him kind of boop.
Nice.
And that's all you got going.
He's gonna hate me for that, I'm sure.
Well, let's just keep dealing with him. Bro, you want to put another wall down?
No, go for the notes.
Fine. Lynx is gonna head over towards a node and try.
As you try to access one of the nodes, rooms that you see had been hidden sort of pop up in front of you.
Damn it.
So you're gonna have to slide in, or I guess backdoor in. Excuse me.
Got it. What Lynx is gonna do is she's gonna take 1 action to install worm,
Mhm.
and then she's gonna roll backdoor. So that's a 17.
I have 17. You think that these had much higher security than the other ones for this very reason, and yeah, you still managed to get past it.
Oh, you're so good.
Well,
We're gonna say pick left or right. I'm gonna say you're just in the left one if you don't mind.
I'm fine with that.
And yeah, you can look at these nodes. You'll have to do an action to interface with them, but these are controlling most of the robots in the facility. One in each of these boxes is like the machinery instead, if you wanted to help out the raid.
Can Lynx take an action to plant the kill switch in one of those nodes?
Absolutely. It'll just be an interface.
Got it. 14.
You can get access to one of them with that roll, but the others are locked off to you. You get the sense that there's a hierarchy here, that you can basically launch the ones that were meant for sale, but not the security force robots.
Could you have Oryx help you on the second one, maybe?
Yeah. Well, I think what Lynx is going to do is she's going to plant it in, she's going to plant it in this one, because she's thinking about, like, actually setting up another trap for... So, she'll, go ahead and put the kill switch in that node.
Okay, we're gonna say, so yeah, you plant it in that node, and in the real world, Doc, you see that a lot of the robots that were on the assembly line that had been scrambling for guns, like, half of them just sort of freeze up, and you hear a high-pitched whir, and smoke starts pouring out of them.
Okay, and then I think what Lynx is going to do as her last action is then she's going to once again take the fork bomb, and this time it looks a little bit different. Instead of like a little smiley faced, it looks it's like a little like wrapped up gift box, and she's going to like shove it in the node that she was just interfacing with.
Roll me the one that you do to hide yourself, the sneaky one. Can't remember what it is.
It's the cloak.
Cloak, that's it. Okay. So yeah, he might still figure out what that is, but maybe not.
He's probably gonna figure it out.
Okay.
Like 10?
I mean, you never know.
Never know. I mean, like if Lynx had more time, she would have put up the installed eraser, which would have given her a +5 to that.
Now, if you would like, you do have an Oryx action at this point. You can tell him to do something, and he can modify like rolls and stuff that you've done for traps, especially.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
Or
that's
you can
what
make
Lynx...
new architecture.
I think Lynx is going to ask him to No, I think she's gonna ask him to modify that present. See if he can roll better.
You see him reach out, and he has a better modifier than you, it turns out.
Yeah.
You see the gift box you have? You could tell that it was easy to sort of pick apart that VR. Now you're looking at it, you're like, you're pretty sure you would see this as a like a benign program now.
Yikes. Alright. That's it for Lynx. She's used all 4 of her actions.
Yet again, the Musk man fucking shows up. This time you see him take... Right. You see him take an action to, like, check all of this architecture. In fact, he... to make sure there's not traps. And then he does step through. And yeah, you see him sort of look around, and he does take one action to throw something at Tyler, but it effectively does nothing since Tyler has the shield up.
Shield, bitch!
So yeah, throw something casually, just like a stack of swords at him. And then yeah, does enter this room and has one action. And so I'm just gonna roll this, and on evens he's going after you, Lynx, and on odds he's gonna go take the node back.
Go for the node. Please get
Went
fucked.
for the node.
Go
Went
for the node. Get fucked, asshole. Get fucked, asshole.
17's not beat the 18.
Sure does not.
Yeah, so he goes and looks at this this like piece of hardware, and this was his check to see like does he notice it, and all he does is he sees the signal that you've put in there, and you would assume, and he would know, that not all of the robots are fried yet. There's some he can save. You can almost see it like a child doing facial expressions to express themselves, like trying it on. It's like an obvious like concern, thought, action, and as he goes in, does it explode in forks again?
Bitch, get forked.
It's definitely still forks, but each one has like a cute little like ribbon attached to it, like a wrapped up present.
So yeah, you reduce this man from 6 actions down to 4, not counting the negatives he gets from like Oryx trying to stop him when Doc does well. So yeah, you see now many forks sticking in his chest, and every time he like touches one to test it, it just duplicates again. His chest looks like a whole cutlery drawer at this point. Several of them with little bows around it.
The next one shall have sparkles.
Yep. So yeah, Doc, you have a lot of injured people, and there's robots without guns, but these robots are still kind of dangerous without them. Many of the assault team are holding them off and trying to get to the next door with melee weapons, and the ones that are coming through doors are getting launched by guns, but they're a little low on people at the moment because several of them are, like, have injured legs and arms and things.
Keep hitting them.
Okay.
We'll push through.
Since Doc does not have a very high rate of fire, as far as like how many things he can take out at once, he is going to go to the nearest injured person. And how badly injured are they?
I'm gonna make this a 2-type check, just some kind of medical check real quick to sort of triage, like, who does the most good to help right this second.
Okay.
I just don't know what skill that would be.
I mean, I could do medical tech,
Sure.
which isn't like a built-in skill because it's a roll skill, but all right. Well, stupid thing.
Didn't work.
Oh, it's 'cause yeah, I think you did with the slash roll. Yeah.
God damn it.
Lock point, lock point, lock point.
Love me the luck mechanic of this game.
We never abandon the luck points. All praise be to the luck roll, for the luck roll is kind.
Praise be to a 20!
All praise be to the luck
better.
roll, for the luck roll is kind.
You see one of these soldiers has a much nicer looking shotgun on their back and identify it as an exotic weapon that is an automatic shotgun.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's the Malorian Arms 3516, one of the more expensive guns.
Oh, that's sexy.
And you're just sitting here like, oh, sorry, this is the Constitution Arms Hurricane Assault Weapon. I got those two mixed up. But like, this is a hurricane in a bottle, and you're like, why haven't you been using that yet? And apparently he got injured kind of on the way in, and you can see that he needs both arms to fire this, but not necessarily, like, he could have a limp and it's fine, and one of his arms looks, like, pretty mangled. But it is cyberware, so you can, you think, patch it up so he can at least use that to prop the gun up, because his trigger finger hand is fine.
Right. What if I gave him medicine instead?
So you can just ignore the pain? I'm down with it.
All right. In that case, I will give him. I don't think I need to roll a check for this.
Nope, it's
I'll
just
use
use
my
it
air
then.
rifle, and I'll give him a dose of stim, which lets anyone who gets it ignore the penalties of being seriously wounded for. It's either an hour or a day. I think it's an hour.
Yeah, right.
That's the good stuff.
So you come up to this guy, and yeah, he's not. It doesn't look like he's super bad off, but he just can't use that hand. And you stab him with this thing, and he just, like, kind of shudders and blinks. He's like, time out, let's go. And he just picks up this big gun with one mangled hand and just, like, puts it over his forearm instead of holding it. And you see him just start stepping forward in a hail of shotgun bullets as he does area of effect twice around in front of him and starts stepping forward. And then, yeah, you guys get to the door and open it and see the actual mangled mess of all of these different assembly lines and robot arms that are actually building robots. Kind of all pause and then start moving faster, like they're trying to develop more soldiers as you destroy them.
Oh yeah, Hiki's motivated now. Now that he punches through the door, he's gonna fucking just like start beating his chest. Just go away, push. And like he just wants the courage. All of them just like start pushing in and start like fucking up machinery. Just start breaking any fucking thing they can. I don't know what you want me to roll for that shit. I'll roll
Just
something,
roll
though.
some melee attack and see how good it is.
Fucking here it goes.
You can also do a gun if you want. But...
Okay, I should do the gun instead because it's better, technically speaking.
Sure.
But I'm gonna go ahead and blow another luck point because fuck it, why not? Fox is in luck right now. He's doing great. I'll take a 6, which is actually a 7. 7 plus a 12 is the 19. Again.
19. Yeah, you start wrecking both robots and the robot arms making them. You get like a good portion of the mechanics in here. And you do see the door at the other end of this that it looks like it's actually not like a hallway for people, but it's where a bunch of materials come out. Like there's a material processing plant on the other side. And when it opens, you can see it's just a super, super, super long hallway that you assume kind of just goes under the river, from your like knowledge of how this facility is set up.
I think Kiki would just look at this hallway, look back at the facilities making the robots, look back at the hallway, maybe look one more time, just make sure he's really thinking about it, right? And just, we got any deck packs left?
One of the guys is like, you told me to bring 2? I brought 4.
That's why I told you to bring 2, because I knew you were a good man! It's just like, bring those last 2. Crush this passageway.
That's gonna happen next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Tyler, Oryx, Lynx.
Alright, I'm really fucking tired of this Musk bitch over here, so, guess what, ho? Now that you only have 4 fucking actions, enjoy using even more than to get back inside. I'm going in here, and I'm gonna fucking ban fucking dead crash you again, bitch!
Alright.
Because he ain't put no fucking programs up. Hey, crate, god damn it. Alright.
That's a
Yeah,
good
he
roll.
just
Let's see if I can...
sales you on the first one.
Alright, well then I'm gonna do it again, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Dead and sold.
That's a much less good roll.
Motherfucker. Yeah, how's that for a crit? Crit there! You bitch!
All right, I forgot.
Fucking get out of here!
Bye.
Bye!
'Cause
Come back
Yeah,
again!
you see an extensively frustrated looking, vaguely Musk-shaped AI just poof out again.
And since I'm already in this room and I know he has to get back in here to do more shit, I'm just gonna hold my last 2 actions to just hellbolt him twice the moment he walks back in here.
Yeah. He does also technically have to go through this door to get in.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait right here and just like the moment I see him again, just bop him twice with 2 hellbolts.
Sounds good. Yeah, so Lynx, you can command Oryx to do 2 things because this AI is very distracted.
Break
And
more
you got your 4
nodes.
actions.
Break more nodes. Break more nodes.
Well, what Lynx is going to do first is she's going to install Worm.
Okay.
Then she's going to try and I guess, yeah, she's gonna try and break these 2 nodes and then set the fork bomb on like the door of this actual architecture.
Okay.
All right. So I guess net run to break the nodes.
Yep.
Set pace. That's not good enough.
Luck point. Luck point. Luck
Roll
point.
a luck point. That's a 14.
We motherfucking blow them shits.
Well, this is effectively a back door to get in.
So yeah, so you
So
add
your bonus is
you
the
add
back
your
door?
worm.
I do have a backdoor. Worm is up, so that's a +5. So that's a.
So chat knows she spent all of her time upgrading these so they had even bigger numbers, which is why she's significantly better at this.
So it's 19 is your total number.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The 19 makes it. You think only just as you see that this node is about half of the security forces robots instead of the ones being built.
Foo. Plant that motherfucker!
Yep. So that's 2 of your actions. To then, Doc and Hiki, you see a bunch of the other robots who seem like they are like beefier and have been a harder time to deal with, and also look a little less new. They also start smoking and actively shaking and shuddering and being unable to do stuff.
Oh yeah, a couple of the guys would go like snatch their guns and start using them. No fucking question.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're pretty nice guns. But yeah, Lynx, you got 2 more actions to do stuff with.
More nodes.
All right.
More nodes. More nodes.
Well, Lynx is gonna actually first put a fork bomb on this room's like in the room, right? Like,
Yep.
so I guess we're gonna roll that. Is that a cloak check?
Yeah, it's a cloak check to hide it.
Got it, cause Lynx had just installed Eraser, and that is a +5 to all of her checks. Oh, that's not good. That's fine because Lynx is gonna go below her luck point and do that again.
Hey, listen.
That's even worse.
Oh no.
So technically, you gotta roll a d10 and subtract it. So.
Oh no.
Subtract that.
Wait, have orcs help. Have orcs help. Have orcs help. Just have orcs do it.
That can be one of the two things he does. Is he can instead hide it.
Yeah. Lynx is just gonna be like, God damn it, bro, please help.
Yes!
Okay.
Let's go!
Holy
The dice
shit.
know.
22.
This is so intense, guys. What the fuck?
All right. And then I guess with the last action, she's gonna try and break that last node.
Break that fucker. That's a good
8
roll.
plus a 5. That's a 20.
Oh.
Yeah, you interface with it. You, I'm gonna say you can leave the signal in there as part of this. But this is like, actually, when you look at it, is the machinery and also a lot of like the records keeping. Although you see that he wasn't meaning to do records as much as it is like just the cameras that automatically do this. Someone built the system before he fucked with it, and the machines and cameras and things do record their own stuff. It'll take a action to really sort through it,
Got
but actually you can roll a library search right now just to sort of maybe find some stuff.
Got it.
We won't get into it just now.
We'll just roll that. 21 with a crit, because
21.
21?
Yeah, you just very quickly get just a bunch of stuff, and you mostly are just running a very quick like cross search for like Stick Miner or his face or anyone associated with him that you already have stuff on. You just don't have a chance to really look through what it's saying yet. That's gonna take some time on your next turn.
I think like Lynx at this point is probably more likely to just try and shove all of the records into a memory chip.
Yeah, exactly. Oryx can do one more thing. What you want him to do?
I think Oryx would actually would like or would actually like Lynx would like Oryx to actually activate Lynx's follow me and put it on the room, right? So like put it on Lynx basically, as it were.
Okay. Yeah, he can put it on the room itself, so you could still leave. And in fact, both of you can still move and leave this room unless you want to stay in here. So.
Yeah, I'm down to leave. Fuck this shit. Let's get out. We're done.
Actually, yeah. You know what? That's a good idea. I think Lynx is gonna leave.
Wait, last node though. The last node. We gotta break that.
Oh, it doesn't. It's machinery. It's not.
Okay, fuck them then. We out.
Yeah.
He's gonna actually. He's
Machine
also
records.
gonna. Well, much better. All right. Yeah. So Oryx does that and is sort of standing there, and you can see the whole room, which isn't really a room, anyways. Sort of light up and looks brighter and brighter, and like the other room looks darker and less obvious, including you guys are just kind of fuzzed out even to each other.
Nice.
Got it.
All right.
As an even more irate AI Musk again arrives down here.
I'm gonna see how many fucking times I can piss this guy off by booting him the fuck out of here.
So you see he takes caution to the wind and runs in here, and he's gonna have to try and ignore the follow me. Oof. Well, I guess actually Oryx
Follow
used
me
the
is
luck
a DV
point,
of
so
20.
technically that's. Oh, that's true because the DV is the same. That was just him placing it. Yeah. So AI Musk sort of looks around and runs into this room like he just assumes you guys are there because you see you can't see him, and then let's see how that goes for him. Another bomb of forks you can see inside the room vaguely
Bonk.
just and he is now so just covered in them that he has to start making some choices. You see him look around at what he has, and he actually, I need to, one last cool bit.
He's covered in
As-
sparkles and glitter because glitter is the worst and it multiplies.
Yep, that's glitter too.
He has one stack of glitter.
Wait. Oh, he's pissed.
Yeah, you see
Oh,
him sort
no.
of like start panicking. Like it's red, it looks anger, but like yeah, the whole color like of the representation of him starts shifting and changing, and he loses a little bit of shape. And then you see him just kind of leave.
Huh.
Doc, in the real world, you see a lot of these robots start like panicking and scrambling, and they start breaking their own shit as well. Hiki, this is maybe surprising to you, but you're like, I don't know what to do. You still have a thing of explosives, and you can see that they are going back towards this hallway and breaking everything in front of them as they go, as if to sort of like destroy evidence.
They're wrecking everything. What do we do?
Better stop that. We need that evidence.
Then hit the explosives.
Interesting failsafe protocol to have.
Then we hit the explosives.
Alright.
Build a causeway so they can't get back to that factory back there. We'll come back later and and clear it out for whatever we have.
Okay.
Y'all in place?
Wait, sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Oh, just y'all in place? Hit it. Let's move.
All right.
Yeah,
Can all
do,
the people, can they move? Or can they run?
yeah, they got people to help them out, and you can help a few out, but you set those explosives up in the hallway, and I would like one check from either of you, either like a shoot check or some kind of combat check of just basically doing this so that the robots don't accomplish what they want.
You're probably the better shot. I got a plus. I can auto fire. Actually, I got a plus 12 to auto fire. I'll do it. Iki will probably do it. So I'll go and roll my D10 with my auto fire. Here we go. Give me big numbers. Yes!
Roll it again.
You know what
Shit.
it is. You know what it is. Man, get the fuck out of here, robots. Nut ass fucking looking
He
fucking.
just takes an assault rifle, and he's like, no, we're not gonna allow that, and just clears a swath for the explosives guy to set the thing, set the timer, and y'all just...
Fucking robot
Y'all just
Jones looking
run.
bitches. We out of here. Fuck y'all.
What that old movie scene, which I think Oryx would probably very much appreciate, of like somebody just like turning their back and like the building just goes on, like just explodes behind them.
Cool Malady, don't look at explosions.
So yeah, you guys in the sort of VR space can easily attach to these nodes, and you can see the robotic ones also have cameras, and you see a bunch of them just go fuzzy in this left facility. When you go to the right, you find more records, and for more video footage, and you sort of do this quick scan of them, and you find not only there are times that sync miners come to this facility in particular, and actually several communications he has made with this AI Musk, and it is obvious from them he knows full well what this thing is doing, and is in fact the one who said, hey, we can do this really subtly, use my security company as one of them, I'll provide security where robots can't be. Like, he is definitely, I guess colluding is the right word with this. But you also see in the back a door that leads out of the architecture in another direction.
Hold up. Move
And you can tell looking at it, yeah, the top there.
Gotcha.
You can tell by looking at it, that is where Musk went when he jacked out. He didn't... He left a back door that doesn't let him come back. And it's to where he is. Like, where he really is.
Well, bro, you want to handle this or?
He looks, it's like... I could, I'd just be worried that I would give him access to me. I can maybe support you from out there, but in there, he's gonna be a lot less active. I mean, you already forked him a few times. And
All right.
if we really want to take him out, otherwise we can maybe let him leave. I mean, he's already been going through the files. Like, we have maybe the evidence we need for your mayor guy, and I have everything I need. I'll be chasing him eventually, but for now, we've accomplished what you needed to do.
I think what Lynx is going to do is she's going to create a couple of since they now have the time, right?
Yeah.
Can Lynx kind of like take the fork bomb program, right?
Yeah.
Wrap it up in a bunch of like junk programs and like toss them through the door.
You can definitely do that. How effective it's going to be is we'll see later. In fact, if you're going to do that, let's roll for that later. I kind of want to move this scene along real quick.
Got it.
Doc, you are in this facility, and as you leave and all the sort of chaos subsides, you get a call. You look down at your phone, and it's one of the Golden Agers, actually. Yeah, it's Sydney, the one who plays Doom, and she's kind of panicky when she answers, like, Doc, we need your help. We need your help now.
What's going on?
I think we found Hugo. He's been missing. We think the mayor took him.
What would the matter want with him?
Doc, you don't have to roll insight for this, as you think. Hugo's actually pretty good at hacking. Like, he's not a netrunner, but is pretty good at especially modifying, like, robots and AI, or, like, pseudo-AI and stuff. And suddenly the mayor's plan falls into place as you realize
He's the
if
fall
he wanted
guy.
to... Exactly. A known associate of you guys, someone who represents the chaos of South Night City, that would give him every justification he'd ever need to put the people of this section of the city under his thumb and not let up.
Motherfucker!
God damn it.
And with that, Fox, unbeknownst to you, you have been at this rally and you listened to some of the people in charge for the company that has been building this railway, whose name I definitely remember, but it's not important. Them talk about, oh, this is a big project. We're so grateful that we're finally be able to do it. A lot of like empty platitudes about, yeah, let's the job prospects of everyone on this side of the city expand to the whole city easily, et cetera, et cetera. While that's happening, you are sitting right next to Stink Miner, who seems oddly pleased with himself.
All right. Yeah, I'll just kind of good work you're doing here, Stinky. This rail will move a lot of people to a lot of places.
Yes, it's going to be very influential for me and my future political aspirations.
You still think about your future. I admire that about you, Stinky. Persistent even in the face of unshakable odds.
He looks at you quizzically. Have you looked at your poll numbers? This is, I will admit, a closer race than I ever expected from someone like you, but this is mostly a foregone conclusion at this point that I am in the lead and I will stay in the lead.
Yes, but Johnny boy, have you looked at me recently? You're outclassed,
Yes,
baby boy.
yes, the one who has surprised people plan for the future. The one who has barely managed to put together a decently respectable view of the city in the city's eyes. I have been looking at you, Fox, very closely.
You might want to try to look a little bit closer, Johnny boy. Because the fact of the matter is, it's not just me you gotta worry about. I got a whole team of folks behind me. And I might be a fuck up, and I might be the dumbest motherfucker out here. But them? Nah, they're fucking good. Scary good. Me? All I gotta do is two things. Talk real good. And kill you. That's the thing,
Yeah,
Johnny.
gives you sort of a... Oh, finish.
This race doesn't fucking matter to me. You can remain mayor for all the brief minutes you have left when the polls close. At the end of the day, I'm gonna kill you.
he has like a smile through that. Although you see it flicker a bit when he checks his phone, like he was trying to record something you were saying, and it didn't work, and he doesn't really know why. But he kind of,
Oh yeah, I'll
and
catch
then
the
shrugs
look
it
and
off
just,
like,
I'll catch the look and just go, really, really good team, Johnny.
so it would seem. And he stands up to give a speech, because it's sort of his moment.
Pour your heart out
Uh,
there. Won't be working for too much longer.
it's like, in a moment, we will allow my rival to give his thoughts on this auspicious railway, this important moment for the city. But for now, I feel justified in celebrating what we've managed to do here, of finally working through the red tape and the problems and all of the things that stand in the way of real progress. I've made it no secret that I've not always trust the people in this side of the city, but this, I think, is a perfect moment for second chances. And Fox, you can tell he has been setting this up the whole time as he waves his hand and the curtains fall. And what is supposed to be, it's still kind of impressive. This it's like an elevator setup where you like go to the base of this thing, elevator takes you up, and it just sort of like is already on the railway, like the elevator is the tram car. And that looks all fine, except all the bodies. All of his security force is lying on the ground. There's honestly, for you, maybe not a shocking amount of blood, but you can hear many of the reporters gasp at the scene.
Oh,
and
fuck.
there are many of these robots, these security robots. All of them have been modified to look very much like they belong to this construction company. But then also someone has painted over them in greens and reds and like smiles and laughter on them and all this graffiti. And there is a figure, a dying figure that's dressed very much like, a cartoon villain, gasping what looks like their final breaths. There's a hole in their throat, but it looks like they took fire of some kind from, and then a carefully, obviously falsely placed security guard on the other side next to him, facing him. And yeah, the mayor, in his obvious to you, but obviously very effective false smile, or false shock, says, I can't believe it. And there's just the hint, maybe only you can see, of a smile as he looks at you, and you can almost hear him saying in his head, deal with that. I think that's where we're going to end our session.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
That little fucker.
Yeah.
Huh.
So this has been Neon Night City Lights, our actual play Cyberpunk Red tabletop stream. It's been a real interesting episode. I think that we said at the top, I probably should have made sure to do this, but this was our second to last episode, and next time, be here for the finale and sort of the, what happens afterward stuff, depending on, how well these people survive.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Huh.
I'd like my players to introduce themselves, give shout-outs, and head on out.
Yeah, I'll keep this pretty brief. What's up, folks? It's been Young Foxy, also known as Big Foxy, a.k.a. your favorite fox. Today I've been playing Fox the Fixer, who's going to have to do some damage control next session, I suppose. Little upset I didn't get to give, like, a little bit of a speech or something there. That'd have been fun, but, well, we'll play it out. We'll figure out what the fuck happens next time. If you want to catch me, you can see me on Twitter sphere at Big Foxy, BIG_FOXXI. I'm everywhere all over here doing all kinds of campaigns and background stuff. If you want to see me doing things here, most particularly, you'll catch me next Saturday for Seven Sons. And then, of course, the day after that, the 19th, is the finale episode of In His Divine Name, my only war actual play. So please catch that. It's been a ride. Don't miss it. It's going to be awesome. Other than that, I'm over on Critical Misses for Force and Flame every Wednesday. I'm on TPK every other Friday for Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, which has been working up to our mid-season conclusion. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, I'll tell the cool stuff coming, but I'll pass it on. Go for it, Michelle.
All right. I'm Michelle. I played Lynx, our netrunner, who has had a banging great time with our bro this session. Guess you can find me in Seven Suns on Saturday, and I will have to apologize greatly to both my players and well, everyone watching. I haven't freaking gotten a date set for a Blade's Will Alliance of Heaven. So I will need but
We'll figure it out today. I promise.
we'll figure it out today.
Stand by.
Keep watching our Discord, which you should be at, to make sure you get updated on that.
Indeed.
Not got a date, which is tragic.
Ha,
Shush.
Funny.
Shush. Shush. Otherwise, I'm not gonna say anything about like finding me anywhere because the only place you're gonna find me is on Discord. Most
Yeah.
likely, probably going to be you're gonna see me on Discord in our channel. Probably sending out a bajillion messages asking people for when they're available.
Right, Dan?
Hi. I'm Len the Dan. I played Doc the MedTech, who's royally pissed because now fucking Stinkmeaner went after one of my patients.
And
I take that personally. If you want to see more of me, I'll be back here next Saturday for the Seven Suns. I play Mako Sky, the rogue possessed suit of armor, and you can follow me on Twitter, I guess, at Land the Dan.
Hi, my name's Tate Washburn. I have been your game maestro. You can find me at kinda_writing. You can find me on our Discord. You can also definitely follow the Twitter account for this streaming thing, for this channel, because it's going to be generally more entertaining and better in every way than my own Twitter. But, you know,
Eh.
there's some overlap. It's fine. Yeah, I've been having a fun time with this campaign, and you should definitely join us on the 26th for the finale,
Woot woot.
as these guys try and scramble for handling the Big Bad's plan.
It's gonna be a good one.
Maybe even foiling it.
That's all we got.
Ooh, yes, see. Yeah, I think that's about it. Was there anything else?
That's all we got.
Let's see. The Nat 30s is live, and we've been following them for a while and haven't thrown them a raid. So let's throw them a raid.
Yeah,
They're
let's go
playing
raid
some-
them. Tell them.
They're playing some D&D. What are we telling them, Tate?
I don't know. What do you think we tell them?
I mean, we just say hi. We haven't said hi to them ever before.
Yeah, you can just say hi. Just tell them where we're from,
Yeah.
what we were doing.
Tell them say hey. Tell them we say hey. It's good to see them. Hold on. I fucked up. Actually, my bad. I'm gonna redo it. My fault.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah.
I undid the raid accidentally because I suck. In either case, we have been us, and we love you all very much. Take care and
We
be
haven't
safe.
been us.
Bye bye.
Arrivederci.